win their games they were meant to. They even won a game they weren't meant to, taking down Spirit 2-1, burning through a long series and a long 2 BO3 day for the Mongols, from 28-year-old rookie controllers getting onto the stage as well. But coming here into Hong Kong, now they're favorites, and now they've got a bit of pressure on their back, I think, Harry, because Passion UA, impossible to prep for. It's been a month since they played officials, 42 days for Passion UA as they re-enter a Tier 1 event. It's been a while. It's good to see them, and they've got a new player as well since the last time they were here at a Top Dog tournament.
Yeah, we're starting things off on Overpass, the pick of Passion UA. And so that means they're blessed or cursed with the T-side star.
Yeah, it really depends how you look at it. Get it out the way early, I say. You'd hope. With this being their pick, with all this prac and prep time, they have a few things up their sleeve. A-Execute comes through in the pistol. 2 players on the site.
Oh, 9-10, full blind, wrecked by the util, but Blitz has just bailed him out. And Controller's even getting aggressive down towards B, has dealt with the lurk. That is a very convincing pistol put forth from the Mongols.
Yeah, that's what 42 days off feels like, right? You have all the nades, you have all the utility, you throw out
loads of ideas,
execute.
You nail the exit.
Everyone gets shot in the face. So welcome back. Nothing too complex about that one. Passion UA falls short of the pistol, and now this game gets hard on the T side. Not even a kill to talk about here for Passion. And the Mongols, who lost this map both times over with controllers back at Chengdu, but they got a close game against Furia. We know how much Furia like this map on a huge win streak of their own. So it's not like Mongols are uncomfortable by any means. They didn't fall for the Mirage Gambit in the veto. But I like the Passion UA are coming in confident, right? Floating their permaban and keeping things interesting. They have a lot to prove here this week. 3 out of the 4 squads inside of the group making it to the playoffs, but unlike Group B, where there, I would say, are more opportunities, more upset potential, this one is top heavy. Falcon Spirit Mongols, no easy run to the playoffs.
No, I think it's wild to think about. This is probably the best chance you're going to have if you're Passion. And even then, it's still versus a team that come off the back of a deep run at a Tier 1 tournament, a stacked Tier 1 tournament out in Chengdu. So I'm inclined to agree with you, Hugo. This is kind of the harder side to end up on. All right. Passionate, just waiting for the gun rounds. I'm liking the energy that Mazzinho's bringing to the day. He's been all smiles to open this up. But here's that first gun round for Passion.
Yeah, got to dig deep in this one. Show off something interesting, starting with all 5 players on the B side. Mongols are looking to get that info early. Molly on the smoke, on top of the track, so Passion looked for the pop. Kavem at the front of the pack. Good flash, but got to follow up with a kill. That's a nice shot for Kavem. Hitting the flick, needs a little bit more. Held back by the util of the Mongols, but Passion takes space and take the round, you would like to think. 3 entries without a trade for Mongols. All off the front of Passion's opening kill. Thank you, Kavem.
I mean, the Mongols always make it look like they want to attempt these 2v4s, 2v5s down at B, and now they might with that boost up over at spawn. Nets 2 for 9-10, and even if you were just giving this a look in, that is the type of invitation you were hoping for. 9-10 gets sandwiched, he was on a roll there, takes Grim to swing out and stop him.
Oh, that was building for the Mongols. Just the intrigue off the double kill. They pieced together some nice trades, but Grim swinging out, saves the round. That would have been a 1v1 as Passion were quaking in their boots in that moment. Not the way you want it to begin, really, for Passion, who get 3 clean entries and still only survive with 2 players. Means they are ripe for being put back on pistols. But a round's a round. Getting in the game early. 9-10's AWP brought straight in. 7-1, keeping up his Chengdu form. He's ready for this player to be on the right, but Grim, in no hurry, looks to swing in. Shadow really gives it up there.
Unfortunate, and 910 just gonna duck out after finding a 5v4. Techno even lurking back in the toilets. On the other side of this smoke, he just played through it and will miss this timing. So now they're in deep. 910 Zorp makes it up here in time. A second kill found from 910. Mazinho lends a helping hand, and this is starting to feel really awkward for Passion, as they are hard repelled by the Mongols AWP and rifle combo up on A. Nyx has got nowhere left to run, really. Bomb lost over a long. This just becomes a survival game for him.
Yeah, Blitz moving in for a rifle as well, so Mongols get everything out of this. Upgrades across the board, and Nyx searching for ghosts down at the B bomb site, but he is saving, or at least trying to. Mongols very hasty with this rotation onto the top site. And even if you don't know what you're up against, and Mongols certainly do, I think this is one of the, not only one of the teams I don't think are super prep heavy against their opponent, but I think in this game, Mongols have probably done almost close to zero prep, right? Like barely even knowing more than positions of their opponents on certain maps. But because Passion have had so long away, there's only so much Mongols can actually know. But the point I'm making is, oh dear, everything after time as well. The point I'm making is, it's pretty obvious where Passion are starting their rounds given how the util they're throwing, right? Are they mollying this smoke on B? We haven't seen default rounds from Passion. We're seeing pretty clear round openers, which are going to give Mongols a lot of info. So 3 on top site before Passion even make contact. They're going into yet another stack.
I also just think that's a bit of a JT classic, like thinking back to when we did see these guys a hell of a lot more. He was someone who liked the cool from spawn, going into a set piece, less of a mid-round captain. And I'm inclined to agree with you. I think you're going to have pretty telegraphed hits for the most part. And I think if you're the Mongols, as a result, you might even have some vague recollection of facing the old Complexity gang back in the day. You'll have an idea on how JT likes to call and where he feels his most comfortable.
JT's hit 2 banging Deagle kills in this game already on the second round and here on the 5th. Finding a 5v4 both times for Passion. These are still very difficult rounds to convert, right? We have Glocks, Armorless, Blitz, given a second chance. B seems to be clear. So Nuke hiding outside of the site. Mazinho spamming through Con and Passion. Where are they going to go here? Maybe just straight into the bullet storm through this smoke. Running through, in fact. Glock will do nothing. And cover is there in time. Easily done for the Mongols. Looking very comfortable here on this CT side of Overpass right now. Leading far and ahead. We need Passion to hit hard in yet another buy.
I think, one of the only ways we've seen teams be able to really kind of catch the Mongols off guard is try to turn their mobility and aggression against them, And so for Complexity, I hope we... that slipped out. For Passion.
You're not the first one to do it today,
I'm not the first one. Someone else is going to do that, believe me. It's because I just mentioned them. Here we are. For Passion, as I was saying.
Yeah.
They... I hope we see them lean into a default at some point. Just fan out, look for some map control, go about trying to take away connector. The Mongols have been playing it. Look for some of this aggression out of controllers down towards B. Right, there will be a lot of moving parts.
JT's well prepped. Yeah, the worry of, I agree, the worry of playing default is 910's going to be able to just pick you off one by one, right? And so this is such a hard map to play against the Mongols, even with the track record not looking too good. I think Mongols, like you said, are a team that it's hard, you can use their aggression against them, but you have to punish them. And that's a hard enough thing to do. You've got some very strong players on this team. So can Passion punish? Can they take advantage? Orb looking down conside from heaven. We see this smoke again from Grim. 3 in the front of toilets right now on Mongols. They want to scrap. These setups are always fun. Flash can only do so much. Oh, or nothing. Just falls a little bit too short.
And they get aggressive on the back of that one kill. Halzerk left alone over on long. And as JT tries to come in for a late trade, they've already lost the space. The Mongols are still pushing, still getting aggressive on these kills. And so it's just Grim left standing. He's getting boxed in, blitz, aggro, out through middle. Grim will find him. The Mongols gonna look to tighten up on this player over at long. Techno playing it safe. Meanwhile, Mazinho holding on to the potential wraparound out of Grim.
Just don't give it away. It's all 1v1s right now. Blitz's move is a bit audacious, but no one else needs to make such a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's very Blitz. You know, you live by it, you die by it. If you're the Mongols, you just hope it hasn't given Grim a chance in this, well, what was a 1v5.
Techno's fighting, and he's nailing the shot in the open. Grim, not a standard clear. And is that 910 calling for a timeout? Calling for an admin at least. Maybe saying, hey, Passion okay? Do they need a hand? 10-1 on 910 right now. That hurts as well because I think it was a nice slower round for Passion. They had an idea, a plan. They had a spread default, but Flash into toilets does nothing.
Something up with 910's finger. I don't know. He was holding it up to the admin. Just saw him like...
No idea, yeah.
Through lack of a better word, sucking it then. That is what he was doing. Control-Ez. More of this aggression out towards B. Nades find Mazinho. If Control-Ez falls, this is a big problem, but playing it forward...
He's looking better than ever.
He gets out with a very clean kill, and there's the support from Blitz as well, just to get rid of this monster component on the B hit.
Passion. Another opener they can't convert, and the kills on the lineup. Control-Ez back-to-back 3Ks. Shut them down on long side. And he already looks like a Mongols player, man. We saw it in Chengdu, but, you know, gets the opening kill on toilets, just wide swings long. Finds two more. Calls for the reboost in this round. And Mongols are keen to set him up. They're keen to let him off the leash here. Just making it look easy at the moment. 6-1 on CT Overpass. Welcome back to official games, Passion. Halzerk's AWP is in play. We need some value out of it. We need a savior for Passion, or this is going to go very wrong.
I mean, dude, you know, we talk about Control-Ez in this team. I can't imagine the roller coaster of a time he's had. He played the first few days in Chengdu with no Mara, so it was just Blitz calling the most unhinged, up, you know,
running,
fast-paced strategies. Mara then comes in, whole vibe kind of shifts. It's not as aggressive. You try and be a little bit smarter with it.
They beat Spirit with Mara.
Exactly. He's adapted really well to this. Good catch for Grim.
Dude, I always love watching Grim play. Look at the entry onto the boost. How is he ready for that? Flash set up by Halzerk to find the 5v4. But Techno again in toilets with support from the AWP.
I mean, Kavem's just here leaving pressure on and a backdoor open. It looks like it's going to be this B play, so only Mazinho actually in the site.
Good flash, and they got it boxed in, hunted down. JT gets that entry, and Control-Ez rotated out early. There's a trade on the top side. 910 keeps up an incredible scoreline, but Control-Ez can save the round. Doesn't play ahead of the smoke. Waits for Halzerk to go in the open, and he could pop him right there, but missed chance. Up to him in the AWP.
Oh, burning the molly. Halzerk has the info. And now that AWP able to just take this line. Free kill on 910, and Control-Ez thinks about saving.
Respect.
Seen them attempt these man down retakes a hell of a lot, but this is not one of them. Holding on the AWP just feels better, and so Passion with that little fake over towards A. Mongols leaning very strong into trying to get rid of Kavem. Opens up a free B site.
Yeah, Mongols get really scared because the map is quiet and they're two in toilets, and they've seen Passion use long a lot, so they call Control-Ez back up to check that long play and leaves only one player in the B bomb site. He's only able to get a single kill. Flash is great. That's the one thing that looks really good right now for Passion, the utility. They're nailing everything. The flashes are perfect. They're finding a lot of their entries off of util. Double nade on the B bomb site. Smoke on the molly to open up a monster pop. Perfect flashbangs, with the exception of that one long toilets round. So, capitalizing well on their util, our passion. It's going to win them the round here. 2 flash entries. But they still need to string rounds together on this T side. It is brittle on Overpass. The Mongols have been cracking them for 4 rounds straight. JT, highest damage for his team and highest flashes. Still need these other players to wake up. There you go, B-centric, looking like a faster round, taking water and out monster with this lurk smoke. Is he gonna walk through the lurk smoke? Nick's just inside of B. They have no idea. Surprise, surprise. Pocket sprout out of passion. And look how well it works. More flash assists in the feed as Nyx walks through a lurk smoke and shoots Mongols in the side of the head.
Yeah, bomb's a little late in, but it won't come to matter. Plant still found. These players in con smoked off, and now they've got to go against Grim, so they're getting the smoke in more ways than one. And Grim bites down on that attempt at the retake, low on health the entire time. There's the finishing blow to the Mongols, and that little fast pop in towards B works wonders.
That's the kind of stuff we've been waiting for, right? That's what 40 days off does for you. All this prag. Double smoke wall with the molly behind it means Mongols can't swing monster. They can't see Nyx get in that position, and he just appears out of the mist. That's a cool play for passion. That's one that you can't run every day. But the first time, it always works. Catching Mongols by surprise, putting their money on notice. Deep take here for Mongols. They're not going to play it, though. It's Blitz getting run boosted over the Molotov. Are they ready? Yes, they are. Grim is an out B again. The pace of passion right now is pushing Mongols back. Another double entry, another round 1. Loving these little pocket moves. They don't call it off after they see the deep molly, the deep smoke either for Mongols back towards barrels. They just send it in. My oh my. This was looking limp at the beginning of the game, but the JT set call has propelled passion into this T side.
I mean, now with the money starting to run out, you've got a real fighting chance here of posting something good on this T half. Very different scenario to just moments ago where you were lagging behind. It could have been a runaway success for the Mongols. You've closed the distance and you're about to break through in every way. If they find this next one, they can split this half right down the middle. And that's a far cry from how this started.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like that. It's just limp rounds and getting beat really cleanly for Mongols. Now, back-to-back rushes, and Mongols have to be scared about B. They have to be scared about the potential for that to go down once more. Will it? Whole nother question. Oh, missed smoke. There it is. First one. First missed bit of util here for passion.
Unless... No.
No. Orpa B. Techno alone on that top side, throws in standard util and falls back, and it's a good grenade from passion to shut these players, but jumping into short water, Grim's forced to trade.
Oh, monster walkout. Mazzinho just gets gone on in time. Nick stopped, but he can't slow down the roll of Grim out here on short, who's approaching double digits. Leads the charge in at low HP and will make it across with supportive flashes out of JT and the gang. Molly might push them forward. 9-10, full burns in it, and there's the pickup on Blitz. Remember, we said if they go for this and they come up short, they're broke. So Techno really has to think about saving here. Even then, this AWP is really all they're going to bring with them. Can try and cobble together some guns on the other guys, but this is looking very promising on the half for passion.
Yeah, not even a full rush either. I mean, they're still making crazy plays. This is frustrating CS to play against, right? 2 players come out that connector smoke. One jumps left, one jumps right. You can't hold both sides. and Mongols get caught off early. And again, Passion just really annoying utility. The molly burns 910 as he tries to back off. His teammate was committed in the open. Grim is hitting really hard right now. It was a bit of a slower start, but 9 and 6, finding many multi-kills in this T side. Surprise, surprise. 9-10. 3 deaths in a row without a kill. There's something to be said for that when he started 11-1 in this map. Passion just not going anywhere near A.
I like that they've lent into a bit of a slower round. It's a bit more defaulty. Kavem even picking up a kill out in mid. That's 9-10, 4 in a row. Wow, dead first. The AWP gone.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. It sounded insane. 9-10 just gets knocked out in a couple of shots.
You know, taking a kind of slower default round now in round 12 of the half before grouping and then committing to your hit is a really nice idea. You forced out the very limited util on both sides of the map. You know that you have control over the money. You know that they're working with less here. And so, essentially, you know, the Mongols can't actually take the pace out of this round now. They're almost at the full mercy of Passion and whatever exec they roll with. There is this aggression now towards the bathrooms. Blitz floating around on the MP9. Don't underestimate him with this gun. Backstab in for Techno. Oh. 2 on a platter. And Blitz even finds a second. Nix went back to lurk, try and control any type of B aggression, but while he was absent, the entire team dead on the other side of the map. And so as he rotates into a 1v4, no control, finds the first. But still has so much more to do. 2 players in the toilets, he knows about them both. Gonna try and play through this molly, hoping for the long kill, doesn't come through, and so the Mongols deny a 6-6 half, scraping through with 1 extra round there in a low econ spot. They deny that default from Complexity.
Passion you out.
Hell yeah.
Now Sway's got an AK-47, 2 more players to topple in Palace, with Donk behind him to help. But caught throwing a frag grenade, Senzu down to half health, and that connector walk-up's gonna put the challenge back onto Shiro. Up close on the ramp smoke, a no-scope to his counterpart, a headshot onto Senzu. It is overkill for Shiro as he's trying to take control of the last couple of rounds, but Blitz has got the answer! It's 2 headshots back from Sandwich, right swing!
11-5 for the Mongols.
We saw Mao's embarrass Vitality on the second map of that semifinals, but we thought to ourselves that was the team who has the most reps against Vitality. The one that was slowly piecing together some kind of comfort zone. No comfort whatsoever. 910 hits another.
He doesn't miss
shots. And so this space dries up. He will do it all if he has to. As the others fall for him, no help is coming for Vitality. 910. Another testament to the strong utility. Remember the last time that Mongols tried to hit up this A site, it was that Saiwu short side ROPS in apps defense that just pushed forward and attacked at the right time. Again, they're trying to change it up. Great kill from Mzinho.
2, that's the whole site.
That's what they needed. M4 for the player over in pit.
That one buys him some time towards short, but Mzinho, he's gonna have to do so much here.
Trying to go for the reposition, trying to find that timing. They hear the feet burning.
No way.
No way. The rest of them still just leaning back. Hades and Hunter getting those responses as the CT sign up for fights. They've given it right back over. A delayed attack out from Hunter gets him a triple. Techno 4K on the rebuttal. Able to get into cover. Able to spray down all 3.
the Mongols are feeling pretty good right now. They've leveled out after a convincing little streak in there from Passion. They managed to put together a bunch of rounds on the back of JT's calls, some nice little pops in there. He started it with an up-tempo B play, tried to round it out with a smart play around the money, but the Mongols, mobile as ever, able to get in behind Complexity. The lack of util ended up not mattering. They still scrape by with 5, which is enough on the T half. You've got the better side ahead of you now, and a convincing start in the pistol with a tap-down range from Halzerk. That's already a nice piece for Passion to have.
That's what you need. Halzerk hitting hard in this CT side, considering he comes in slow, doesn't get an AWP kill. Want him rolling on the CT overpass. Down in con, Grim falls to controllers, 11 and 5. Matching 9-10's output after a slower ending to the half. Those B hits for Passion that were the way in.
And look, man, the Mongols, they got to start hyping up their boy even more. You know, in all these interviews, they're like, yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's slotted in. You know, no Senzu, but he's doing what we say. Nah, man, he's hitting hard. This is, you know, Controllers has had some fantastic games. Games where him and 9-10 have been difference makers. Games where even if 9-10 went absent, he was still able to find a lot of success. I think they should be completely bigging him up. And Senzu, who? We only know Controllers.
Nyx needs help.
Oh, it's feeling a lot of twitchy right now, man, and burning alive in that molly. Util gets rid of him, Blitz double entry, and pistol round rolled out for the Mongols. They're now teed up at a 4-on-2 post plant with Passion. Unlikely to even move in on this. I mean, they've bought both players up, but they don't have a kit, they don't have util. You're relying on a big individual effort here to come through very quickly and save yourselves in a 2v4. Not a bad way for this to start, I'll be honest. Controllers with the trade. They know about this second player in Blitz who's low on health. 9-10 moves over, spotted back in the toilets, but Blitz doesn't miss a beat and quietly moves up towards top of the board himself.
Yeah, crazy round out of Blitz. 3 entries, perfect Molotov, burnt out Nick's backside, and 0 support. Those rotates felt a little bit slow there for Passion. Halzerk found them an opener, but nothing really to talk about past that point. Good utility and even better entries from Blitz.
Too long, too side.
And so now we have to force Passion. Want to keep the pressure on. Mongols say, hey, you hit those B site rounds hard on your T side. Let's try it ourselves. Passion not winning a round on A yet in this game. It's been a very B-centric. All 5 of their rounds on this site. That keep up here on the CT side. 4-man stack in there, really tucked in, forcing Mongols to commit if they want to figure this out. Despite taking this space early, Mongols. Ooh, that was a chance. Mongols going to move away though. Halzerk will also need help. It's a perfect smoke to scale past the scout. What can you even do here?
It also requires a hell of a judgment call to decide whether or not this is a fake. Like, it's one of the most standard smokes. If you want to just apply pressure over on A without committing to anything, you throw this one in.
Good luck.
Passion have rotated up with their force, but the SMGs, the rifles already closing in, and JT going to get overwhelmed. They had the right read on the situation. They had the stack in the right place and in time, but it just doesn't pan out. Too much distance closed by the Mongols means as soon as that smoke fades, they're fighting multiple players.
And 3 players tagged low as well. Scout connects on long, couldn't even re-peek because the Mongols were already up short. That really hurts for Passion, who feel like they were maybe 1 kill from winning the round in a way. It looks very different if 1 more of those Mongols players falls. Only damage on the way out here. Passion just look to save the little they have. Gonna need Kavem to give us more here on the CT side. because he was the hot prospect. He was a talent. Yeah, it's Grim in a lot of star positions in this team, but Kvem is a hearty bit of firepower, a player who we saw in this team, and we saw in Ikla as well prior, got locked in contract jail, tried to make a major run with the Drillers, but even inside of Passion, when it was a full Ukrainian team, he was an absolute monster. 1.2 rating, was super reliable online.
I mean, dude, I also just think there's some, you know, weird thing at play where, thinking back to Chengdu, their first outing with controllers in the team, the amount of times where it was 9-10 and maybe him in like a 2v8 with everyone else being quiet, like loads of inconsistency from the rest of the Mongols. But here, they're all hitting hard. Like Techno's 4 and 6, bottom of the board, but hasn't really felt like a massive problem.
He's been stuck on the
Everyone else has come into this in great form, and it's very even right at the top end of the spectrum for the Mongols.
Well, I asked for a Kvem round and I got it. 2 kills in connector with the UMP. Just get flushed out there by Mizzino, not able to escape with the upgrade. Ooh, they're trying to throw it back from the A side. Nice catch, Jay. Leaves only one smoke on B to stop this hit, and with that molly down in connector, limiting Halzug, it's only Nyx in the site. Good timing.
Backstab. Good timing for Grim. He's here way quicker than they're ready for. Gets to sneak in quietly as well. All eyes on Grim as he tries to be the difference maker. They'll deal with Nyx. Halzug barreling through, and Grim now playing his hand. There's the trade. That is a ludicrous pickup out of Passion. Not one they're supposed to get, but with 2 players arriving hot on the heels of the Mongols and a great timing, they break through. No money.
Yeah, Passion are like, Halzug, please distract for me so Grim can flank, and Halzug just runs into the bomb site there with the UMP. I thought that was going to leave Grim out in the cold, but Kvem's double converted by some nice 5-7 shots for Grim. Wins out the 1v1. Perfect trade. And that has bought room for Passion in this game, winning a round earlier than they were meant to, keeping Mongols' money honest.
I just love the way everything about that from Grim was so tidy as well. Like the ducking back in to guarantee the kill, the trade on that last player. I think it would have been easy to get swept up in the kind of moment of it, swing out wide on the 5-7. You feel like you're double peeking, so what's the worst that can happen? But even with the power of the flank, he plays it in the safest way possible.
This is the kind of round where 910's just going to win it on his own, you feel like, though. He has the 1 AWP, 2 more rifles follow, and JT is jiggling alongside, so he can't afford to
It would
get
be
picked.
a great time to get some output out of Halzug, right? Been very quiet in this game thus far. You haven't really had to say his name all too much there. He comes through with a round-winning play, pushing the smoke to let Grim get away with murder.
Super risky right now. They're triple toilet. Long is completely open. Mongols start scaling. Someone needs to turn around. It's Halzug, but he's rotating B. He's going to the wrong place. They have no idea. Mongols might walk 4 players in behind the cover of this orb. And by the time Passion know, it might be too late. Grim's gamble goes wrong. The execute comes in. Passion out of position.
Yeah, that's a disaster. That was an info flash from Grim over on Long, but they were already ahead of where it popped, so no one shoots a bullet. No one fires off.
This is still winnable.
JT, if he could deal with 1 here, that gives you a bit of a leg up, a 5v4 on the retake. So now you're interested in giving this a go. It's the Mizzino Deagle to shut down JT. Smokes are going to start to fade. Still in with a chance. Trade back for Halzug on that AWP. Techno overran.
Okay.
Retake coming through for Passion. Mizzino starts this off with a blinder on the Deagle, but can't get anything else done. And Blitz just thinking about holding onto this rifle. He doesn't even attempt to stop this retake in the 1-on-3. Crazy round for Passion to find. It starts with that JT kill on the flank. Halzug with, I think, the key kill of the round, that trade onto the 9-10 orb.
Yeah, they had to plant truck because of, I mean, you get onto the bomb site without a kill like that, you realize, hey, there's someone in toilets, we can't plant open default. It's actually the truck plant that lets Mongols down in the long run. Mizzino has to play aggressive. Blitz is out of position, forced to save. And so, if anything, it's fortunate that no one dies from Passion early, but God, those rotates were terrifying. just have a bunch of pistols here with Blitz saved AK, and Passion want to send a message in middle. 3 players fighting forward. Surprise, surprise for Mazzino. And one by one, they go running in. The flash is good. Kvem has cover though. And that AK finished off twice over. Controller's gone as well. Flawless round for Passion. That's what they wanted. That's what they needed if this CT side is going to keep stringing rounds together. 3 in a row here. Mongols on a must-win rebuy. And Passion starting to find comfort in the CT side of Overpass, as you would expect. They had a very good T side, all things considered, with how down they were at the start of the map, winning out a bunch of rounds on the B. Executes a 5-round T side. Looking to capitalize on it now.
I mean, the 2 times we've seen the Mongols play this map, it's actually been T-side where they found most of their rounds. So if you're able to really shut it down and take control here, that's impressive from Passion.
Oh, careful, Kvem. Crouch spraying puts Blitz on 1. Good grenade here in water could make all the difference with some tagged up players. The Mongols just going to walk into B. Surprise, surprise.
Be the 2nd time in a row they've found the under-defended bomb site, and so you really feel like you want to convert on this. You know, you keep putting yourselves in these good positions, but still don't yet have the results from it. The rotates arrive super quick, and they're just not ready for the pace on these rotations again. Caught off guard, it's down to this 1v1. Grim is a shot away from death, and it's Techno who's bottom of the board. We said earlier, didn't feel like it was a huge problem. Well, you'd love him to stand and deliver here. Spots Grim out in heaven. Swing and a miss on the first fight, and that smoke misses as well. But he should be aware that Grim's been tagged up. And so fake on the plant, swing out of Techno, and Grim caught wide. It's a breakthrough round for the Mongols as they reach double digits and finally post something in the T-side rifle head-to-head.
Hurts for Grim, maybe feeling like he was low. He swung out wide, super wide, hits 2 or 3 bullets onto Techno, but 10 health, all the difference, and it's all Grim had. That drop into pit was huge for 9-10. Even just going 1-for-1 when there's only 2 players in the bomb site, and Nyx can't communicate that quick enough for Kvem to react. It's something that Passion has spoken about, right? Something in this player who's not really got experience playing on international teams, especially not with a bunch of Americans, and how the comms can get crazy in this squad. So an awkward way for the B side to crumble there with another contact play working out for the Mongols. It was the long walk to get them a bomb plant, but this one they convert in the post plant. Oh, actually, not even. Techno redeems his scoreline with a 1v1 to put Mongols on double digits.
I do like how both you and Grim have referred to it as like NA comms. That is how, you know, we think of Halzerk and JT nowadays.
Yeah, at this point.
They basically are American. You could see Halzerk in Silicon Valley.
At a tech startup.
JT, good catch out through the connector. And a 5v4 early on for Passion.
I like the double peeking con here. It's good timing. Oh, kind of hung out to dry there, JT. Kvem lets him down. The nade, not enough. Controllers escapes. And that has gone from a nice setup to a horrible execution. There's that lurk smoke on the front of A. It's annoying. Gonna force a repeat here, and Halzerk goes for it. Again, walking up long. Can Mazzino sell something on B? Oh, Kvem can confirm that that's a fake. He should be ready for A. Grim's molly comes down. Halzerk, careful. 1v1 in the toilets. Timing is everything. Zeno waits. Grim's Org against the rest.
Struggles to contain it for 2, and there's the backstab out of Mazinho.
They learn.
Lurk through the toilets, nets another. Kvem fast rotate, and he has beat this timing. Mazinho thinks he has the flank on lock. You might have heard that.
Yeah.
Looks like he has. Eyes turning towards the toilets, and Kvem on the flank, dead straight away. Nick spotted and overran. And now Passion enter a very worrying part of the game. Mongols holding the lead and just rounds away from closing out Passion's map pick in their favor, and the money is broken for Passion UA.
And that was the first time they knew what was going on, right? In one of the contact rounds, walking out long, I think Passion have got the call. B is clear, I've re-cleared short. There's nothing here. Grim drops his molly early, but can't convert more than one of the Org, and Hauser gets shot in the back. So Passion, even if they know what's coming, they can't stop it. Now put to pistols with just this M4 on Kvem. Only hope. Does put it to use early, gets a dink onto 910, but with no kill, there's nothing to talk about here for Passion. That gun lost in the trenches. And a 4v5, even with great damage to Kvem, not enough to take a kill. Now you just have to gamble and hope. But even that shouldn't be enough.
JT, another banger Deeg might be required. Hit a couple in the map so far. Nothing found there from the boost. Still going into the stack of the Mongols. There's a world where they changed this last second with some ground being gained out towards A. The 910 AWP fires off. That's the bomb spotted. If anything, that's just going to ground you in place down here towards B. You've just seen a low health 910 pull up with the bomb. You're still very much interested, but Controllers has gone and opened up the back door and lets them know, yeah, you were right, fellas. It is that B stack. Bring the bomb back around, and it's round secure. Map point for the Mongols.
Yeah, just think about throwing smokes there. You don't even need them at this point. Have everyone on the bomb site, all the cover you could desire. And 12th round taken here for the Mongols. Good streaks in the middle for Passion, but they hit another wall. And now 3 in a row back for the Mongols means Passion have one final buy to keep them in this game. They will need 5 rounds straight, 4 rounds straight to force overtime. Hauser really wants that orb. The M4 has been covered, and Mongols keep it clean.
I mean, it's the danger of like having a, just falling shy of that split half. You go 5-7, it's only 2 rounds of difference, but it puts a lot of weight on the pistol. The Mongols have a great track record in pistol rounds with this squad. Hell, even thinking back to that Furia match in Chengdu, where the scoreline looked really close, but actually outside of like 2 rounds, it was only pistol round success for the Mongols, and that was why the scoreline closed up. And so they keep that good track record in check, and they're searching for their first win on Overpass with this roster. Seen them play it twice since Senzu's departure, yet to field a win in spite of some close score lines in there. Eventually they were going to pick up the win v someone. It just happened to be Passion UA.
Well, that's what they're hoping. 4 rounds to finish the job here from the Mongols, and safe to say they've looked very comfortable on this T side. JT sneaking into the angle is certainly a nice move, finding an opening kill here. And again, Passion reposition, pushing towards toilets together. Mazinho.
Ooh, this could be very weird.
Yeah.
There's the catch. They find Controllers out towards Com, but Mazinho's still a threat here. Waiting for the right time to strike. They get eyes on in time. Halzerg with another. You've now spotted a bunch of players out here towards short, so they've got to be ready for these fights. The rotates are taking a little while to come through, and so it's still just this two-man hold over on short to try and make a difference, and they will. JT and Halzerg bring that one home for Passion. Now down to a 3-round gap between them and the Mongols in their search for overtime.
I like how active they're always remaining, right? Even when we've seen wrong rotations, they're constantly going for info and reacting off of it, right? Re-clearing water on Kvem, constantly boosting, re-pushing toilets after contact on A. It's left them in the dark a couple of times with misinformation, but Passion aren't scared, right? They're not sitting on their bomb sites, just hoping they gamble correctly. They're trying to manifest destiny, as it were. Even Mara having to get involved in this timeout, as he knows on T side of Overpass, 1 out of 4 rounds is still no guarantee. Mongols have another buy. After this, we're talking pistol territory. So 2 more rifle rounds sit between Passion and the chance of overtime.
Quad stack down here towards B to open up the round. Not uncommon. It's hard to play super fast in towards this A site, so you can afford a 4-man B here. It's hands down the one you have your opponents arrive at the quickest, but eventually Halzerg gonna have to make a move, and he's doing that now. Grim even in tow because Kvem went and cleared out short. So they use that early, stack of players and resources to take space, and now they go and pad out A. Standard looking CT round. There's a lot of info for JT, spotting 3 players on the walkout through mid.
Again, they're side and side towards toilets, but that does leave long completely open. Maybe hearing these steps is the info the Passion require. Double flank. Halzerg has to hold the site.
And again, credit to Passion, man. The speed of this flank will be a surprise to the Mongols. You think you're going into, at most, a 2-man hold. In reality, the whole squad's here. Grim, one more, second found on the org, and here's that backstab arriving. Passion put him in a box. Grim slows him down, and then that flank comes in. There's the nasty little left hook out of Passion UA.
And Mongols take the pace in that round, right? When they get spotted, they don't go, hey, let's just spread back into a D4. It hasn't worked. They just go straight up the guts into long. And Passion call them out on it. Full flank, full gamble, full rotate. And full control from Grim on the org. Double kill there looks delicious. They've put Mongols on pistols right now. Passion are right there. There's overtime for the taking.
I do think the one downside to Nyx being the one to get that kill in the previous round is it kind of gives up the key to the success out of Passion that the Mongols haven't really known about, because they haven't had these lurkers in place. They haven't been watching for aggression wherever they're not playing. Something we were saying about Passion's T side is, because of the util, it's obvious where they're going. Well, sure, Passion haven't had that to go off of, but they've been very proactive, as you pointed out earlier. This should just be a mow down, so it's fine. Because of that, right, you've been able to re-aggress in the mid-round, get info early, and then react to it, because you're just kind of learning where the Mongols are based on where they're not. Yeah. And that's worked up until that previous round for Passion. I wonder now if Mongols do go to something a little bit more defaulty, right? Have a lurker in play over towards B. Try and deny that mid-round flow of info to Passion. You feel like that would be a huge difference maker in the outcome of these rounds, because they've now been caught by fast flanks a couple of times. And so here we are, something more spread out for the Mongols. They're going to try and punish this early aggression.
The smoke. It's a boost of the orb. That could have been a disaster for Mongols. Opportunity a miss there for Halzerg. And that one will be felt. That was a chance to 5v4 in the final round of Reg. Instead, it's J2 who forces that advantage. Molly onto his position. Gonna try and crunch together. Mazzino trying to cover his teammate, catches Kavem. Blitz may be eating nades, but they're just running in. JT has to trade that kill. 3v3. Is it just gonna be the captain? He has a player boxed in, but going back to middle to escape is wishful thinking, so you think. 20 and 17. JT multi-kill in the final round of regulation. And it's keeping Passion in this game, but the job is not done.
Halzerk posted up here in heaven. Up until now, this round has been all JT. Grim with his signature AUG pushing into the site, closing the distance. And there's Halzerk to bring it in to overtime. What an individual effort out of Passion's captain. JT, stellar 3K down in the connector, makes a world of difference in that round. The Mongols had made the right adjustment. They'd pieced together what had to happen if they wanted to close this game out here and now. What the one thing they weren't accounting for was JT going absolutely massive, putting the team on his back and rescuing that round.
Shocked that it's Passion who thrive in the chaos here in this final round. You'd think Mongols very comfortable in those positions. And JT getting out of connector like that, winning that 1v1 to Techno, oof. That is salt in the wound, stinging for the Mongols as they go into overtime. They got to stay on the T side as well. Right off the back of a 4-round streak from Passion. Momentum very much in their pocket. Does mean Mongols could just throw a set round in. We saw how good some of Passion's were, so explosive towards B. Kavem falls first.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the Mongols, you tell yourselves, okay, but what are the odds he can do that again?
Well,
JT gives it a go, but this time only gets away with one back in the connector.
spam.
You know, you could tell you had the building blocks of a successful round there. The individuals bailed out Passion. And so the Mongols go back to it. Same result for Techno on this mid-walk. Dead to the second player out in comm, but it's info. It's something to work with. You know that AWP is far away, and there's only one player in the B site.
Oh.
Grim overran. And so as the AWP moves in, it's a 1v3 attempt for Halzerk here very quickly. So gonna try and play with the space. Now that he's spotted, he's lost this deep control. It is far from easy. Full Passion's AWP. First shot lands. But does he dare try and take this any further?
Oh, so blitz. He's trying to hunt this kill. Trying to stop the save. Halzerk attempts it. He doesn't know how free this round is. Blitz rotates back down just in case. He changes his mind again. Uncertainty in this 2v1, but Halzerk is not going for this.
And so it's like, sure, the momentum sides with Passion, you know, and they put in a really solid shift on that CT side. The thing that is worrisome is the Mongols feel like they found the solution. And sure, they found it out in round 24, very, very late in the game, and they didn't even win the round. They found the solution in. But as we say, that was down to an individual effort. The onus going to be on JT kind of piecing together a read on this stack, a read on how the Mongols are approaching it, trying to find gaps elsewhere.
Was that follow recoil on the dynamic crosshair for Blitz?
Please tell me
it really looked
was.
like it.
Please tell me it was.
We've seen the dynamic.
My goat.
We've seen the dynamic crosshair.
My goat. If that's true, Hugo.
It looked follow recoil, Harry. I was getting shades of you in that one.
No way. I'm looking this up.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll find it, but interesting nonetheless.
He really would be my goat.
He would be the look at this.
Oh, I think that's.
Is it just dynamic?
That's just dynamic.
Oh,
Yeah. So never mind. He's not a goat. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. 17 and 16, holding his own. Mazzino has been taking the cake for the Mongols. 24 kills. As they break the streak from Passion. A lot going on here in middle right now. 4 players for the Mongols. Or 3 on 3, in fact, as Controllers is stuck down in connector. Ooh, that's going to put a lot of pressure on this B site. And how about a double? Kavem just full spamming.
The Mongols, they're like, well, You know, doesn't matter what the game plan was. We get 2 kills out towards B. We're taking the bomb there. Techno in with the double, finally finding success on his mid lurk. Why not round it out with the hat trick? He's been getting hard cancelled out here in mid.
Not sure why Kavem is full spamming that monster wall. That's such a weird attempt at a trade. He's out in the open, he just gets caught immediately. Feels like a big oversight. We see a couple of moments where his aggression has been tamed, where he's re-swinging short, where he's giving up advantages. And we've seen his mechanics. We know they're strong, but Mongols are punishing him in these micro moments. Back-to-back rounds into overtime. And it can't be just JT and Grim. They need something more. Halzak's attempt to the boost on B is good info, but it means he has to rotate soon. JT about to get that information himself. Needs to survive on this escape. Halzak needs to rotate. He's still on short boost. Mongols again. Ready to jump into this bomb site. There's that full rotate. So no aggression needed to be here for Passion. It's just got to be holding this long control. Oh, again, they're full focus toilets. If no one's looking, Mongols can walk in. Halzak's going to have to turn. What's Grim got?
Oh, Flash is brutal, and it's allowed them to peek out, deal with JT in the toilets. Halzak with a couple of misses here. And it's let them cross in. That's a problem, I guess, for the rotates. Blitz picked up midair. Trade back out of controllers and an advantage in the post plot as the Mongols look to go flawless on this T side in OT. You heard both players rotating up. They've got the info on Nyx and Kavem. Still the openers coming through for Passion. Controllers left in the clutch. Been shown to be a capable pair of hands in them, but run through by Kavem and Nyx, who are fast playing into that retake. They do so fiercely in spite of all the space getting taken away. Closing out every fight, they at least get 1 on the board in this CT half for Passion, but that is where both teams did their best work in regulation, was on these CT halves. And so scraping by with just 1 round, well, does that feel like enough for Passion?
It's a 2v4 to do it, though. That's going to inspire you. I can't believe they win it from that position. Halzak so unaware that there could be a player in front toilet. So every time Mongols have gone for long control, they're 4-1. And every time Passion have been caught off by that 1 in toilets. Halzak multiple times over.
That's like the sickest camera shot I've ever seen.
Nice
Who grabbed that? We need to submit them for an award of some kind, whoever just cooked that up.
2v4 to keep Passion in with a hope and a dream moving on to the T side.
Alright, let's stay active now, guys. That's the right reason we were losing rounds earlier. Just weren't active on our 4v4s like Leon said.
Let's see if Passion can stay active. They're going back for this B play. This pop through the smoke. Nyx running it again. Halzak gone in short. They come out calm with a double kill. Meanwhile, Nyx has walked all the way through B. No idea. You find out the hard way. 9-10 no scope. Can he keep it alive?
I mean, he slowed it down a hell of a lot. He able to reposition as well. 9-10, they just can't find him. They don't know where he's going to. Another from 9-10. Come on. This has been great positioning, and he's even here to strike for a third. Shot sails past JT, who's once again being asked to multi-kill to keep Passion alive in this game. 9-10's Orb, so mobile and constantly keeping the pressure on. It's allowed the rest of the Mongols to gain space and move in. Will fall eventually at the hands of JT, but there's no world in which you're ready for Blitz. Playing to deny. JT, the only space, the only runway that's open, his best course of action might be to try and play into A. But the longer he takes, the more it's going to feel like he misses that window. Still no info about Blitz, who has just not moved a muscle from this position out of Monster.
Oh, he's missed so many timings, though. Will JT piece it together? 25, he has to clear this hard, and he has no idea. Blitz waiting the entire time, and that is a devastating round to lose. Kavem coming through with what seems like the round-winning entries. Double kill on short. Felt like a transfer there.
9-10. Thing of beauty, because it would have been so easy to lose that round. The first missed shot on Nyx. He's the solo B player, gets all the way out while he's getting pressured, while he's getting pushed to play around bridge. They lost track of him, and there's no worse feeling, right? If you're Passion there, you're sitting with the advantage. You've got one guy left to get through. You think you know where he is, and when you finally get there to clear him, you realize, oh God, he's somewhere else.
I love the Passion call the strat, but now it leaves them with another map point against them, and this could be the brutal 5v4 to force it. Halzerk denies. Coming back into his own late in the game. Nothing goes untraded though. Techno keeps it even, looking to swap positions to play long. Would Passion dare to walk up short? They fall off party, which makes noise. And so this bomb barely makes it past, but this is info Mongols have. The Warriors, they're double long. Techno has to find his backstab timing. Blitz is full committed. Techno can't wait here forever. Bomb, he might find it. Halzerk, what a check. Learns his lesson. Blitz, again, the joker in the round.
They're aware this is a chance, and there's the swing from JT. Halzerk suddenly rearing his head with a stellar round to keep Passion in with a chance of forcing another overtime. Mazinho 1v4 attempt, missed shot, but the moment they know where he is, you've got multiple layers there. Hats off to Halzerk, man. This hasn't been an easy series for him, hasn't been an easy map. Struggled to really leave too much of a mark, but he gets the early 5v4, he gets the clear to deny the flank back in the toilets. And so a high impact round for Halzerk as his orb shows up after the 9-10 heroic moment in the one prior.
Yeah, and I'm loving just the call from JT there to double swing long. They throw a close Molotov so they can swing wide and not have to worry about a close player, and him and his teammate just go in and find Blitz there. They never knew that Blitz snuck himself into that position, but after getting only one kill on A, the realization it could be more is there for the captain of Passion. He's had some great ideas in this game, some cool pocket plays coming out of Passion. JT alone is 8-2 in opening duels. We know he's a very aggressive entry rifler at times, but that is a crazy success rate. Can Passion force double overtime? That would be a shock.
Double AWP for the Mongols. And it's always, you know, a game of who plays the second AWP. We've seen everyone done it in this team now. Controllers did it a bunch back in Chengdu. Blitz. Thinking back to, I think it was EPL, you saw him playing it a bunch.
Techno's the 5th AWPer on this team. He is 5th in line to the AWP. I can't believe it's him. Worth noting, Passion, that was their first round win on the A site in this game on T side. So it almost still feels predictable they're going to go back to B, but Mongols don't have that feeling. Triple top site.
Dude, you might end up with... Never mind, he's gone back for an M4. They had an M4 in spawn. It's all good, never mind. Forget my point. Here's the B hit, Hugo.
Through the
Here's
smoke?
the B hit.
Oh, no.
Re-smoke the monster. They play through it. They play ahead of it. Right in to Controllers and Mazinho.
2v5.
1v5 as it's just Grim. Controllers dead and Mazinho locks it in, and that two-man hold is enough. They get it done between them. And that's Passion's map pick in overtime, going the way of the Mongols. It felt like if they did want to win this series, they desperately needed to pick up Overpass, as now we head to a strugglesome map for them. One of the few that the Mongols have found a good degree of comfort on in this Senzu-less lineup. No doubt that they're feeling like this could be on rails if you're the Mongols. I think you're feeling very confident with the arrival of Inferno, a win under your belt, your first Overpass victory with this version of the lineup. Let's see if they can search for the clean 2-0 opening.
I guess the one benefit of Passion is if they're working on their permaban, then you assume they're working on their 5-loss streak map. Even at the Riga event they won, losing it every single time it came up. So Passion, what have they got to show as Mongols sit very confident and ready to make it to the playoffs? They're in that close position, but it's Grim's Julie's just a step further back. Halzuk being baited for. See how clean this check is for the Mongols as Grim gets flashed in. He sees them close. Meanwhile, a bit of a bash on middle. Double kill on A. And so Grim had to go to force the kills. He gets an answer. Him and Halzuk. Double kill. Bomb is trapped in pit. This is so weird. They find the mid pick. The bomb has to play. Backstab. Shot in the head. 9-10 gets 2. And JT's pre-rotated over. Mongols have read it well. Even dropping the bomb back to ensure they can take the site for free. And now it's been cleared. This bomb's going to get planted. What a save for 9-10. Some excellent shots from Halzuk and Grim. All for nothing.
What do you got, JT? You want to give this a go? 1v2? Sees if they give him anything. But the Mongols playing it safe. Knowing that if you give JT a reason to go for this, he will. There's the swing out from 9-10, but I think now that he's got that spot, you know, they know the pressure's on JT. He's got limited time. They could just count down and swing him together. They hear the steps, and there's Controles with the close. It's 2 for him as well. There's 9-10 and Controles retake control over the pistol and get the Mongols off to a good start. They've won every pistol in this series so far.
It was never meant to be so easy. But the double entry in A really opened that up. It made Passion push right down into 9-10. Even though he was caught in an awkward position with the bomb, it works out somehow for the Mongols. Passion forced by CT side. Talk of M's double to win them this force back on Overpass. At least try to. All through apps, Nix can't track. And the MAC-10s fly in, that should be it. That's very ballsy for Mongols, just bursting out of apartments. No respect for Passion.
I think, you know, something else with this game kind of carrying so much weight, talking about how for Passion this is, if they wanted to try and make a run, like the easiest game they're likely to get. That's where, you know, for these squads coming over from Chengdu who have already been adapted to the time zone, they've gotten used to it, they have a bit of an edge, I think. You know, your Passion coming into what is essentially your most important game, you feel like you just got off the plane, you're still adjusting.
10 a.m. match.
And then it's like, if you do come in feeling a little sleepy, or even, you know, even if you're 10% off your game, that's going to matter a hell of a lot in this matchup.
Yeah, and as the Death spoke about, I mean, this is a team that, yes, have had some recent success to a degree in winning a smaller European land, but it's a different beast to playing a team that's been in the top 5 for all of this year. And yeah, it's not the full Mongols that we've seen all year long, but if beating Spirit is anything to go by, it's a team that still very much has the wheels on the cart.
I mean, it's also a squad who only had a 2-event window ahead of the major to get acclimatized to this roster. And so, you know, they're going to be trying 110% to play as many games as possible. To do that, you have to be picking up wins. You got to be finding success. They're coming off the back of a playoff berth at the first event they attend with Controles in the lineup. And so likely feeling pretty good. This idea that they're still finding success, they're still holding it together even with Senzu's absence. I think it could have been a very different story. You know, if the Mongols went to Chengdu, got banged out in the groups, and don't really have a lot of reps or a lot to look forward to here in Hong Kong. But that is not the case. They've done it once already, facing far tougher opponents than the likes of Passion UA.
Yeah. Passion UA, who said, hey, we want the confidence, inspiring wins coming into the major as well, right? But in a group with Spirit Falcons and Mongols, doesn't fill you with hope. Nice grenade, 75 damage for that one, but even the flashback into Banana is only going to confirm what Mongols already fear. This B stack is in play. Techno trying to keep them here. It's Kavem who moves in. Despite this 5v4 on the A side, it's only Nyx remaining. Oh, that's worst case scenario. It's not going to get much better here. It's also a map the controllers look very comfortable on back at Chengdu, right?
Yeah,
there are a
these
couple
were
of
his,
games
like, best maps.
like Nuke where didn't really feel like he was super ready, but Inferno, where he had some of his best highlights. So you're not going to find him coming in slow to this game. He was a huge piece of that first half back on Overpass.
Yeah, I think you know, it's a pretty brutal, spot to find yourself in. You play the quarterfinalists from Chengdu, then waiting for you down in the lower bracket is either the third place team in Falcons or Spirit, who admittedly fell shy of the playoffs out there in Chengdu, but I think that might just light a fire underneath them and give them more reason than ever to want to hit hard here in Hong Kong.
I don't think you go, yay, we faced Spirit. Yay, we've drawn Donk for playoffs.
All right. Grim Inferno, I like that.
Mazzino's walked in. He has walked in right now. Oh, good check. Shocked Nyx is ready for that. And so Mongols were bringing the bomb in off of Mazzino's call, but now it's just one man on that B bomb site. And so Mongols turn right around. Reclear in middle, looking good here for Hauser. Gonna get you info, but what do you do with it? That rotate has to be instant. Grim moves over.
Solid, well-timed stack here for Passion. Reblock in at Banana at the 42nd mark, but it's a bad smoke, and so the Mongols just play straight through it. Utah leaves him blind. Grim spam down low as he waits on the other side of this smoke. JT only gets out with one. And so there might have been this three-man stack here. It's so quickly gotten dissolved just down to Halzerg's AWP. Oh, leaves it to chance on the spam, never even scoped in. And that's how they take the edge for a retake. 9-10 fires back on his AWP, and he denies the wrap round up through Banana. Now he's confirmed this part's clear, leaves them just looking out towards the spawn, and they know that Halzerg, last seen out of the coffins, couldn't gone far. As he plays it forward, they've given up the sight. The pressure's on him to tap this bomb and make a play happen. And 9-10 knocks out that AWP and keeps the scoreline flawless for the Mongols.
Yeah, nice try for Hauser. Just didn't feel like it was meant to be without a kit, without any util, with an AWP in the post bomb back at Banana. It's a very hard round to lose, especially with the form we've seen out of 9-10 out in these last couple of events. Crazy shots. But Mongols are across the board hitting harder in this series, right? We've had higher peaks for players like JT and Grim, but across the board, the floor, very difficult to stop here from Mongols. Passion want to add in some chaos. The break on the smoke is a big problem. Grim running and gunning, able to get one before he departs. That's a nade to follow up. Right down Banana, put to use. Techno dead as well. No weapons to retrieve here for Passion. But an early advantage squandered. Messino looking to make the same move that got him punished. Are you ready for Nyx again? JT 100-0 a car. Oh dear. That gives it all up. They know Nyx. Did he know? Nope, didn't see. That's a really weird reposition for Nyx. Trying to swap into the site, not thinking anyone could be close. And now the round's over. It's about saving these guns. That's the last time you can afford to see the pit player get caught off by Messino walking up short. He's done that twice now. First time Nyx finds him. Second time, didn't even consider it. Didn't even look. Smokes, drops, crosses in. Gotta see Passion ready for those lurks now. 5-0 start for the Mongols. Just feathers and bones. Winner of this game going into the playoffs at bare minimum. Quite the crowd, so I hear, on this weekend. Mongols looking for another early advantage. They might have found him, a blind shot. What on earth? I think he hit Blitz as well.
Yeah, or controllers, was it?
Yeah, maybe.
He had the assist in the feed.
I mean, Blitz is 9 health.
10 getting tagged up. Halzerg did a lot in this round with next to no info he'd even done it. Full blind. And enough to tee up Passion for their first round win. 9-10 dead out here in top middle. And with Blitz, the last man remaining, falling all the way back into the spawn. It's looking like Passion are going to arrive in a very unexpected way.
Yeah, it's lucky. Techno called the flash. Like I've seen him top car. He's got the shadow around the corner and then swings off of the flash, and that leads to his demise. Controllers eats the bullet. Blitz eats the nade. He has to save the AWP, so opening move countered. You'd think, honestly, if Techno doesn't call the flash, probably gets the kill, just due to the nature of how close he is.
Anyway, I saw you trying to find out. So the controllers hit. Sorry, did Halzerg hit controllers?
Yeah. And Blitz got naded.
Yeah, Blitz just got naded.
Yeah.
All right. Well, rough way for it to end. You hate knowing that you're saving with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. But that's the reality that Blitz faced, running all the way back into the spawn, calling this one off as soon as it was a 2v5.
It's fair. Passion needs to go on a hell of a run right now from 5-1 down. Oof. Timing in that swing. Mongo's always funny to watch in those moments because they never call information. Like, I mean, I don't speak Mongolian, but I don't think he called 2B or up there. It's like, there's a lot of unsaid things in this team. Obviously, you know the orb's there.
Yeah, believe me, I think they figured
You've
it
learned.
out.
But it's you rarely see them give like motor mouth comms. Very interesting. Nyx committed still, and they actually bound out of
Yeah,
banana.
I mean, this
Blitz
is
goes,
nice
give me
for-
the orb.
This is nice for Passion. You finally feel like you're starting to take some key map control. It's back-to-back rounds now. You've been able to take banana away from the Mongols.
Yeah, but I like the call for Grim to go back here. Nick's perhaps saying they're going to retake this position. Technos doesn't believe he's still here. Walked all the way down in a perfect timing. Smoke provides cover from the Molotov. He's on the edge. And HE would go far, but it's on controllers up top middle. Nick's able to swap sides, and Mongols just hit A.
30 seconds left. I mean, with someone last seen aggressive down banana, you know you're walking into, at bare minimum, a 3-man stack out towards this A site. But the Mongols still looking to follow through with it. That nade could be juicy.
Ow.
Blitz knocked out, and big damage on a 9-10. And controllers, they'll return the favor with util of their own. But they've got this stack still to break through. 9-10 on the rifle, time running low. And there's the backstab arriving. There's no winning this for Mazinho. Passion come through with back-to-back rounds, both times denying banana control, and this time stopping the follow-through on the other side of the map.
Yeah, very scary to rotate your supportive B player out in that position when Nyx is so committed on low health. He's such an easy clear, but great move for Grim to again be in the right place. He might be the only org player who isn't a 30-plus-year-old in-game leader, and he makes it work. Had multiple multi-kills with that gun in this series already. Putting it back in meta and putting Mongols in his pocket. 2 rounds in a row here for Passion. They even call a timeout coming into this, or Mongols rather, coming into this next round. So Mara on the mic. Trying to slow things down.
I look at it as a subtle metaphor from Grim.
Okay.
He never wants to be orgless again.
It's good. Oh, well, AK will do for now. Grim, no support. Hauser coming in late with the orb. Fight down middle. Inside of the Molotov on the anti-eco. They throw a bottom ramp smoke. Oh no. The pistol's gone, but look at the rifles wreak havoc.
That's a controller's opening you won't soon forget. He's suddenly flipped the script of this round, and with cover from 9-10, always feels like it is this duo for the Mongols on Inferno that do the heavy lifting. Round's already over, round's already decided. And what started as a 5v4 for Passion looking so promising, before you even realize it's getting out of hand, it's already out of your hands.
Yeah, that's why they call the pause, right? They want to do a set play, bottom ramp, smoke molly combo, Blitz comes through, but he gets so much info that Mongols, who are already running up second mid, are super aware of Passion's play. Double entry for controllers. Ouch. Makes it just look easy. These POVs are so smooth. Like quite a slow sense as well. We see the over the shoulder. Stressful game now for Passion. We try to play from the front with an aggressive move, but Mongols are no stranger to meeting you head on in the middle. 6-2, money still good.
Again with this banana aggression. They don't get the result they were hoping for. Grim even brought down low in that skirmish. Kavem fed to the 9-10 orb. Nyx with aggression out through the apartments. He's got Hauser covering, but this setup can go awry so quickly if that happens. Orb shot sails past, and Nyx is offered up as sacrifice. Controllers, I love watching him play on this map, dude. It's so broken. Like, it doesn't feel like he should just be able to come into the Mongols at the young age of 28 and get away with some of the stuff he does on Inferno, but I don't think he's got a lot of respect for these mid-holds. He's rarely running into resistance, and so time and time again, whether it's been him or Mazzinho in rounds in the past, they've just been taking this space away super early. Now they're even hunting. Go on, Controllers. What have you got for us, mate?
Break, JT, Cubbied.
Mate, he's so suspicious about this corner. Think this is his first time?
Think he's going to check it? He might check it. I think there's a chance. See ya. Controllers makes holding angles look good. Not that he's still often. Walks up A, takes another entry, takes another round. I just love it. They see the double app setup and Mongols speed up. They go, hey, we know where 2 or 3 are on this A side. Meanwhile, there's a triple B setup.
Controllers plays A the way Nico used to play Banana, where he just kind of walks up, runs it dry for the most part, plays with timing, and gets entries that win you rounds. And it's unfair. Why can't anyone else do this?
No.
On a whim.
Him and Mazzinho both causing a lot of problems here on A.
And because Banana's been so instrumental, like the only rounds that Passion of One have come from successfully repelling the Banana take, you feel a little hesitant to super, commit to these mid setups. You also think about the rounds where, like Nyx is kind of having to try and thread the needle on stopping Apartment's aggression, but then he's getting snuck on and through short. You're putting extra resources over towards Banana because you want to own that real estate. You want to force Mongol's hand and make a more educated, rotate, a more educated gamble. They finally start with an early, triple setup out towards mid. I hope they go for like a porch boost. That would be nice.
Oh, no respect is the right word. We've got Mac 10s being brought up into rifle rounds as they look to just hammer it home with a bit more pace. Back on B. Trying to block the smoke techno. Knocks it off the top. Don't change too much, though, as Mongols do concede position.
Here you go. This is good, though. You've been getting abused on mid. Go for the porch boost. Go for a heavy mid setup.
Yeah.
This might feel a little predictable, is my only worry. With how often mid has been the gap, I think this is the adjustment a lot of teams would look to make.
Watch Mazzinho jump out balcony this time, right? And just stab it in the back. Orb spotted on short. Can't make any real guesses about the setup from that. Halzerg looks to extend the advantage. Mazzinho's not being active. They go back to Banana. Standard to execute in this position. Boost up for the orb. Just throwing in the util here. Mazzinho's still lurking, but they're committing. Bad molly. Very bad molly. Good flash and better hold. Ugh. I hate that molly.
Trust me, I don't think the Mongols were loving it either. JT just given free rein.
This yoga move really good for blood flow. Clear the legs.
Clear the leg.
Clear the legs.
Because otherwise your legs get all full of blood presumably.
Yeah, don't want too much. Good little drain. Oh, Mazzinho wants to peek, but knows better than to throw it away. Passion are just taking the scraps when they can get them. Round here, round there. No one's even able to flush him out. I mean, molly comes down, you'd expect a swing. Good supportive flashes from the rotate.
Probably feel safe to go about. Oh, hang on. A bit of aggression. Kavem. And Nyx pushing through the apartments. And when Controllers hears the footsteps running away, trying to give chase, he goes into that second player. So a nice double setup nets a nice double kill for Passion.
They have a lot of cool opening moves, right? Not all of them have worked in this series, but The pops on B, back on Overpass. They try to do this mid-take on the CT side here. They have ideas. They are proactive. You can't argue with that. I'd like to see a team that goes out on their own terms. Can Passion finish what they started?
We're staying very stuck in place here in this 3-2 split. And so the B-hold is just JT and Grim. And it's a contact walkout from the Mongols, throwing in this util from the mouth of Banana. Good clear on JT, and now Grim, the only guy between them and a B plant, will go unchecked. Knife was out for 9-10. He's handed a double. Blitz left in this all alone, and Grim catches him on a perfect timing.
Dude, this Org, man, it should be meta. It really should be. He's making a great case for it right now. Some excellent spray downs. That's not to mention the high damage headshots, but not needed by Grim. Mauling them. Feels like when he misses a spray, he recovers really well. Like this one here, I feel like he can't do that with an M4. Tracing it super easily. Proud coach.
All right, pace change by the looks of things, just an apartments rush. Nix, you ready for this? Techno jumping through the smoke.
They're not here.
Spams away for one, and this is going to allow you to get the bomb planted. 9-10 manipulates these rotates and catches them by surprise. It's left to JT and Kavem in a 2v4, an unlikely round ahead for Passion UA.
Just got to give it a go. You don't have a choice, but this late lurk in apartments for Blitz is going to stab them in the back. They flash themselves, jumping back into apartments, meeting their maker and meeting their match. It's the Mongols up 8 rounds on the T side of Inferno. It's looking like playoffs qualification for the Mongols if they can keep this up.
From a tear to Tanir. Through the cave smoke, catching him off, keeping man advantage in hand. Bomb can take its sweet time working through the swamp. Oof, but there's a gap in that one, and Youngstar is going to find Grim's head. Just the CT lane to try to push up. Nyx double op in this retake. A double op 2v3, demanded of complexity, and Nyx gets one. It's going to earn him a weapon swap. Nilo, 14 kills to his name, 11 rounds into this map, peeks wide on default, and Nyx is gonna punish, switching over to the AK, securing his 3rd kill in that round, and giving Complexity a much-needed lifeline, at the very least. Feels like Cole are trying to keep things simple, right? We get that fast flood last round towards A. This time they're gonna try their hand at B, off of the flashbang. They'll make this site a little more uncomfortable for the defense. Kai awaits the pit play, does a good job of keeping himself into the cover. Now the opposite bat and goes down. And the rotate finds one. Good smoke spam from Art. It is high pressure situations, but it is consistently Fluxo with the edge. Flash through, Art found out and dealt with.
They sacked him, and now they lose the man advantage. They really wanted to kill off that, of course, or to stop the bomb. At least they got the ladder.
It's gonna challenge. It's that back library play that all of a sudden puts bomb down. Grim's gonna scoop it up, and he spams him through it. To hell with the bomb, they'll go to the battle. Just waiting to pop that flash. JT. Great flashes, you said it.
Best flashes in NA.
See it coming. Beretta's on the half wall. Easy for Grim. Quad kill for Grim. Ace on the cards if not for JT, but with the flash assist.
Bellissimo.
Having your default work, especially at the start of a game and a half, it can be such a luxury. Ooh, timing is weird here for JT, but manages to hold on and decides to push it. He didn't even know. He did not know. That is just, you know, that's just a random bullet that flies through the smoke, just catching strays, as it were, on that second one. I'd love to see a slow replay of that. That's such a crazy round, JT.
Mongols eyeing up back-to-back playoff performances with this new look roster. If they can lock in a win here, and it would be a convincing one over Passion, a clean 2-0, and they will have achieved that feat. Talk about trying to get as many reps in as possible. Very limited time ahead of the major, and after losing Senzu, but this is the way to do it.
Time to Grim press, Harry. It's even better.
Grim Pass.
He is the Grim Pass.
Deploy the Grim Pass.
In his tower. On Grimferno. I mean, he needs to on this T side. Passion need this pistol. Mongols see it coming. All the util making it lightningly clear, but Mizzino, blinding shot, takes the head off of JT.
9-10. Got to be clean with it. There's the first fresh mag put in, but they won't let him reload in time. It's Grim. 2 kills found.
You wanted to say
I wanted to say it so bad, but here it is, bomb planted. And if Grim can start this one with a heater, who knows? Maybe there's still some hope for Passion.
Oh, moving in alongside Techno tagged up, but up short comes a second. Nyx has the cover. Grim with 2. And Techno, half health, trying to squeeze this final shot out. He gets it. Headshot onto Grim. Bomb in an awkward place, but 10-second stick. It should be impossible. Nyx buying time, jumps in the sight, and Techno gets the kill, but there's no time for this round. And then impressive pistol from Passion. As they get back in the game, it's never too late.
No, never say never. Not to Grim. Not to Grimathy. On his map. Might not be the map of his team, but he loves it.
Yeah, numbers have not looked good, have they? 5 loss streak here on Inferno. Be a crazy time to break that against the Mongols when you're already a map to the bad, losing out your pick in double OT. Spy up here for the Mongols, trying to threaten in Banana. A couple of late nades come through, but actually dodged very well by JT. Sees it coming. Weak A defense. Passion just walk it in.
And with a gap like this, you're foolish to not just go and take the space. I mean, hell, that's what the Mongols were doing all throughout the first half. So Passion giving them a taste of their own medicine. Not nice, is it? Save called on this 4-spy round for the Mongols as the other 3 just sit pretty over towards this B site in the hope they can run it back in the next. Gonna put this down to, you know, if the conversions go the way they should, and these MP9s don't win the next, gonna put it down to a 1-round game here.
And if there's one thing we really liked on Overpass, it was the util for Passion, right? It was some of the set pieces, especially the flashbangs. This is a map where you can really abuse a couple of good flashes. We saw, you know, when Tai Lu kind of came in this year and found a bunch of upsets, a Pro League run, you know, a victory as well, a playground. A lot of that was their Inferno, and they had some really nice apps pops, mid pops. We just saw the similar flashes thrown there by Passion, the ones that pop on car or the ones that pop behind toolbox. And if Mongols aren't ready for explosive rounds, they better lock in, because it looks like Passion have that in their repertoire. Can be really hard to stop the snowball on Inferno. Good grenades, but only Blitz survives here. HE's pushed Techno back and Blitz mollied to car, but it's all that stands between Passion and the B-bomb site.
Gonna go into this crossfire in mid. Trollez just getting himself in a boiler. Chance to find Nix on the lurkout. Oh, timing's really awkward. Grim opening up, and there's Kavem, his right-hand man, to assist in this mid-take. Mazinho moves over, has support. Grim 2 kills deep. JT coming in to help alleviate the pressure with that flashbang, gets him out of there.
Really
saved by the captain. And there's that one-round game you were promised.
They refused to make a mistake there. Could have easily just swung blitz, but do the opposite of what you'd expect a plucky underdog to do. And pull back, let blitz come to them. Trying to play things by the book here, a passion as they pull this game back into conversation. One round, as you say, but a full buy round for the Mongols. With 9-10 topping the charts, him getting the AWP. All eyes on the orb of Mongols.
Also, just a great feeling, like when you really needed it, you find your first pistol of the series. It's like you close up the game to a very winnable position. If you can find success in this first rifle round, you're going to leapfrog into the lead. Suddenly you stand to make an upset happen here on map 2. Seeing how close Overpass ended up being, you know, if Passion had found a pistol around there, that would have been their map. And so will that be the difference maker here on Inferno? Kavem, eyes set on a flank with Grim and Co. through the spawn as they look for the split. 9-10 opens up. Grim here. Good for the trade, but gonna need more than just the one. Grim doing it all right now. They really weren't kidding about this guy's impact on Inferno. He's seen the barrel. That's a 3rd kill waiting. Nick's gonna beat him to the punch. You've already done enough to win this round. Grim just adds these stats even more. A screamer of a round. He makes that Mike wins. 17-7 on Grim.
That's so good. That's incredible. Grim credible here on the team side.
Incredible.
Mr. Grim credible carries Passion through with a perfect split. Super strange round for 9-10 to run into that position, but I think you're expecting one lurker on the long side there. I don't think you're ready for such a cohort of Passion players. And so even though he goes super wide to force that early kill, it's a hard round. It's a hard kill to not be able to trade. Grim goes on to find 3 kills in the round. And win the first buy on the T side. They do have a 5-loss streak, but that's not looking likely right now. There's possibility to break that track record, set a new trend here on Inferno. Mongols maybe bitten off more than they can chew. Screamer indeed. Lovely spray to finish it off.
I did. If there's one thing you can kind of know about the Mongols, it's that pistol rounds are incredibly important to them, and you saw that all throughout Chengdu. So often a backbone of their games is finding success in these rounds, and this just puts them off to a bad start in the second half. It's allowed Passion to close the gap. Now they've won that first rifle. Money broken for the Mongols. Your worst fears might be realized as Passion look to take the lead. And I don't want to discredit everyone else, but it really is just a hulking effort from Grim to make this happen. Oh, and there he is dead first. The hands of the hero gun.
Okay, do they? Oh no, Kvem just walks into middle. He hears that rifle run away, but there's 2 more players on a crossfire. Oh, you can't lose to this round. Only 1 gun, now made 2 as Mizzino picks up. They're getting desperate. They are getting lost in the source. Players in through the smoke with perfect flashbangs punished there. I just don't know why.
Come on.
They felt like they had to speed it up. They can still save it on the A side.
Grim. You've got to show him his sacrifices aren't in vain. You can't have him die first for the first time in this one, and suddenly it all comes unraveled. It's a 2v5 attempt for Halzerk and Nix.
No kit. That part makes this a big problem for Mongols.
Mizinho,
what?
smoke spam, no way! Missed shot for Hauser! And all right, maybe it was to discredit the rest of them. Grim is very important. You can't afford to have him fall, apparently.
What a weird panic there for Passion. They don't need to rush so fast. Kvem feeling like he has timing is one misread, but then JT just rushes B when no one on his team is ready. No one on his team is with him.
Well, yeah,
Mongols
because
just have plays up their sleeve,
even
flash through smoke.
Even in the best case scenario, like if he gets in B, bomb's still a ways away, they have to take time getting that back. You know the space you have is at best only going to be temporary before the Mongols arrive to challenge. It felt like it was so desperate when it didn't need to be.
Yeah, that felt like we just threw away a 4v5 when there was only one gun in play. You armed your opponent. Oh, that's a hard round to lose. Hauser trying to make up for it. Oh, blind on the second.
Okay, he does his best work blind, apparently.
It's true.
Had a collateral full blind earlier. Double kill here without vision.
Right below. Spotted and flicked. Hauser, oh, jump shot, but JT's got him. And Coffin for 9-10. It's a sick round for Passion. They lose an absolute tilter. Ooh, dinked as well. One bullet. No more. So Passion can forget about that anti-eco, but we won't if they lose to a one-round game.
And it's also just rough because it's shored up the money in a really big way for the Mongols. Like, this could have been your chance to break them all over again. Instead, even with the hunt, even removing that one gun, you're still able to get a purchase together here. Mara decides he wants some time to weigh in. He can feel that this game is close and there's a lot riding on this next round. Because even though you've dodged getting broken in the short term, it can still happen if Passion streak rounds together. And this late in the game, that can decide your fate.
Yeah, Mongols have only had that one eco round win in this half, right? This was 8-4. This was the first pistol being won by Passion in the series. Converted it as well. Feels like the wheels were off for the Mongols. Can they restabilize in their map pick? Definitely running into more than they expected from Passion in this game. That is for sure.
Lot of util. Blitz, I don't know how you get out of here alive. Oh my god, what if he gets out with more than just a life? He takes two with him to the grave. And now it's down to this desperate B hit, but player already rotated over. Controllers, after finding the opening, they're in time, dead at the hands of the Hauser Corp.
Where's he gone?
Techno remains tucked, damage done on the JT. Both players are low. Hauser miss on the clear. They can't quite finish the job, but Mizinho will.
Another smoke spam as well. Didn't even see that final player. Maybe jumped the corner, but great time bought by Techno. It's a Hauser no-scope that would have set them up to win the round. Did all the hard work there. But Blitz, unbelievable double coming out of that smoked Molotov. Flashbang is perfection from the Mongols. We are just trading rounds now, 4 in a row. Back to Banana with the pace again, but Molotov burns out the orb. Hauser still given cover by his ever-aggressive captain.
I mean, you think with the opening kill over towards B, the early spot of aggression, you're expecting a lot more over in that B site right now than just the one-man hold the Mongols have.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, nearly really bad for Mizinho.
nade though, and it might cancel everything. They want to just pop out, contact play. 10, here's a flash out middle.
You're thinking it's 2 players here. You're expecting a 2-2 split. You're thinking extra resources over towards B.
So
Techno could be a really nasty surprise. JT might because he's a captain. And he's suspicious of everything.
Yeah.
JT with the clear, and that is massive. You've dealt with Techno. That opens up a long ramp. Missed shot from Mazinho, and 9-10 overran. Kavem, important double entry. JT finished off, but Controllers in a 1v5. This is a round that not even the Mongols would dare give a look in. Still, the hunt connects. Save denied. Lead taken for Passion as they break the Mongols' money for real this time.
Very good check for JT. Yeah, he walks out long, not looking at long, right? He is tunnel vision on the corner. And that's, you're absolutely right. It's a kind of position that you wouldn't clear in this round because of the info you have. And Techno could get multiple kills, so JT disallows it. And we keep going. 5 rounds with no 2 in a row.
Ooh, okay. I mean, it is the Mongols. An aggressive purchase here. They leave it all on the line. They're hoping that with this cobbled together force, they can make magic happen. I mean, these are the quintessential Mongols rounds. They live, they die on the success of these types of buys.
And they work way more than you would expect. And this isn't a half that's come down to the blocking util, right? Not in any sense of the word. These have been quick hits from Passion in the first minute of the round. Contact plays into bomb sites, so forget the smokes. It's all about the firepower.
Nine-10 even going to hop across with the smokes coming out from Passion. Makes it out towards the coffins. And they have util to nullify this position. They'll be able to make life hard for 9-10.
Oh, he jumped. They heard it.
3 positions ahead of the hit. Smoke in for Blitz, gonna try and play through this, but can't find a thing. It's the AWP or it's nothing. They need 9-10 to deliver, and JT rips heads off on the entry. Even though Techno's here, this is a round where you're looking to save.
If he had a kit, it would be fun, but just exits. Get an AK if you can. Hope for an overstep. His team are nowhere near. It's a really awkward shuffle in the B-bomb side, right? Grabbing the smoke, jumping, giving away his position. 9-10 full blind again. Just flashbang after flashbang. Passion have had super strong util in this series. Kavem even clears Church. He shakes his head. Not today, buddy. Not on my watch. And these kills are very important. If they can find these last 2 guns, big problems. Oh, Controllers, the Firewalker. Oh, and then he unpeaks and gets headshot. So, should have stayed in the fire. Passion either way. 11-10, 1 gun saved. And that quintessential Mongols force buy might leave them out in the open. Exposed to this T-side comeback. Finally, 2 rounds in a row.
It would be very Mongols to put money into this round.
Oh, yeah.
And they even punctuate it with the timeout, so maybe that's what you're almost expecting now if you're Passion.
I think Mongols are growing though, Harry. They've decided to save. Just this M4, a little bit of money in, but good loss bonus. And so they can buy up next. That 1 gun. Oh no.
I mean, the util's been great for Passion. We've been talking about it all day. Good flashbang can really disrupt this setup. Out in mid.
There it is.
Controllers tries to play ahead of it. Mazinho, who was anti-dead in a second, and with no problems, Passion break through the triple stack in top mid.
Yeah, quite a series for Nyx, but that double kill is an absolute saving grace there, clearing the rifle off of top porch, and an impossible round to win now for the Mongols. As Kvem goes searching, lurching to finish the job. Easily done. 3 kills for Kvem and 12 rounds for Passion UA from 8-4 down, pulling it all the way back, barely gifting Mongols anything in this CT side. Some scary low econ round wins, but when it comes to Passion's round wins, they've not lost more than 1 player since the pistol. They have been so clean.
I mean, we said coming into this, you know, they're on a 5-loss streak here on Inferno, but they've all been close games. You've likely had stuff from it that you take away feeling like, you know, 1 or 2 rounds go differently. It could have been a very different story. We get to see what it looks like when everyone's hitting. No longer just a T-side effort spearheaded by Grim as well. Kvem coming into his own. Halzerk with some important openers whenever he's been able to get away with aggression out towards Banana. And it's, like you say, just how clean they've won some of these that spark so much concern. There's no easy route back into this now for the Mongols. This is a grind if they want to close this game up in these final 2 rounds of play. Maybe the final round of play if Passion get it their way.
Yeah, everything speaks to that. Halzerk throws himself through this banana smoke every single time.
I do feel like the util on Banana has had a lot of chance to be super punishing for the Mongols, but they've rarely gotten it in. Think about how quickly Passion have played for Banana control and how infrequently it feels like they're wounded or punished by the util.
Going to retake Banana this time after setting up with the orb. Back to middle. Found these entries numerous times over. 9-10 trying to buy any space by trading grenades. The missed flick with the AWP. It's up to controllers to bail them out. All right. 2 kills, excellent work. Double long setup, drops the bomb.
Controllers has given you a lifeline in this round and maybe back into the game. Ooh, very weird timing. 9-10 with the spot at least. And Mizinho, he can see through the smokes.
Every round, I feel like he's getting a smoke kill for the Mongols. How about 2? Traded places with them inside of it, but works to his benefit. Keeps the bomb under Mongols' control, and now overtime is a conversation. 1 round.
Balcony, long, in front. 2A.
This is what it was for. Can Passion close before it really gets difficult?
Good timing on this smoke walk for Kvem. Missed shot from the 9-10 AWP, but again, controllers. Chance for a double. It's ugly on the spray. They know he's here. Molly makes it awkward. Mizinho down in the pit, only good for 1, and it looks like Passion might dodge this overtime. They might just lock in the win here and now. Spam connects on Techno, and it's just left to Blitz. Some damage done. Some low players, but with Grim and JT still looking healthy in a 4v1. An aggressive post plant from JT. He's going to give Blitz a taste of his own medicine. Shot in the side of the head. Passion break their 5-loss streak on Inferno and take this series the distance. Games in there, had some nice tries, but I think Nuke map as well, we're being well drilled in terms of your util, having the practice time, being able to put some energy and thought into the types of rounds you're looking to play and nail all the util to go along with it. I think that can make a world of difference.
Sure.
And like we say, this isn't a map that the Mongols are going to be feeling super confident on. The only 2 times we've seen them play it with this version of the team, both times they lost.
Oh, prior to that though, Harry, 3 wins in a row over Vitality. So which one do we get today? It's not the Senzu Mongols, that's for sure, but it's still the core of a very strong team. Passion would have to keep up their pace from Inferno, and controllers from Mizinho humble them quickly in this pistol. Two fast entries, forging a path down to lower, and Controller's already starting strong. He was one of the more tricky players for the Mongols, having some trouble here on Nuke, but in this pistol round, Mongols keep up their near flawless track record. 4 out of 5 so far in this series. I do like what you're selling me though. I'm considering,
right? Like you can see the path. You can see the path laid out in front of them.
it's just different tiers of teams, right? And it's very hard to... It's not very hard to imagine, but I've seen Mongols beat some of the best teams in the world.
Think about how structured this map is, how it tests the limits of your teamwork. Who's had more time, Hugo, to put focus on that? The Mongols or Passion?
Yeah, think of how unstructured the Mongols can be. They do live and die in the chaos. Will it hold them up or will it put them down? Yeah, I was waiting for the wallbangs, Halzug. Worth a shot. But now with the molly faded, got to contain the space. Mongols have the ramp room. What will they do with it? Two lower. JT ready by the vent, just in case they come back. Nick's top hut. Mongols regroup in the lobby to execute this A site.
Oh,
JT's Deagle today.
so good.
Strong.
Struggles to get out with more than one. Techno will find that trade, and now they set their sights on the follow through.
Oh,
Nix, one more to his name. It's all Techno on these trades, but he's brought down low in the process. Blitz is able to close on this. It's actually 9-10 beating him to the punch. Still in a 2v2.
wonderful.
You might want to slow down here. Lend a bit of time to Kavem. Let him close the distance. Tag from the Halzerg scout. It softened up Blitz. Makes that real easy for Kavem on the wraparound, but Halzerg goes early. And now he's going to close in the 1v1. 2 taps from 9-10. Final bullets fired. And they seal the deal on that 1v2 clutch.
2 bullets, and he uses them perfectly.
9-10's got to take up rifling,
Yeah.
man. His rifling, he is the best rifler on the Mongols.
Just let Blitz AWP, let Techno
Like, everyone wants to AWP, apparently.
Get this guy off
9-10
there.
is so good whenever you get to see him on these. He has 2 bullets left. But.
What more can you want? Beautiful. Oh, if Halzerg waits a couple more seconds,
I know.
man. If he waits a couple more seconds to give Kavem the room. Top rush, hero gun.
Hero gun.
That's one way to do it. You don't buy up the AWP in your first buy round. You buy up an M4 every round. Make it down B. 3 on 5. A D connects for Kavem. Vent controlled. Zeno still needs both these kills, but he is more than favored to find them.
Wait, they've given up then. No. Grim allowed to slip on through.
They go quick.
2v2 secure. They're looking to pressure Kavem ramp room, and they do get past him. So a close round, but a sigh of relief out of the Mongols as they get through that 3 on 5.
I actually just think it's a good sign for the Mongols. Not how chaotic these rounds are getting, but the fact that they're winning these rounds, right? Passion are posing the problems, and Mongols are answering. These are not easy rounds to win, but these are where we see Mongols so often succeed. They make you play at their pace. And, you know, like you said, even though they've had a recent lack of success at Chengdu, this is a team that has beat Vitality the last 3 times they played each other on this map. In playoffs as well. So Mongols have that depth. They can up the ante. Chaos in the yard right now. Techno getting toyed with. One shot will do it. JT desperately looks to deliver that final blow. Back 10 out ramp. Oh no, Kavem stabilizes. JT trying to cover his back, will need to. As Blitz goes hunting, will finish the job. No escaping now. Techno 2 health. Simply done. Passion on the board early in the CT side. Grim's is about to be a lot of fun in this third map. No better place for it. Mongols, because of how chaotic those rounds went, they have no AKs here. Got to make it out with Deagles. Galils, smokes in the yard, broken open. Mongols moving very late to this outside control with even later smokes. HE's expired. Passion can't break these open.
Molly's nice. It's going to give Nyx the time to vent drop. Oh my god. Okay, JT never even saw what hit him. And that's an advantage for the Mongols. Nyx makes it down lower, blocks with the smoke, just hoping to waste enough time here. Yeah, you feel like you got to see that again. That's disgusting. But they will look to come through this on the fade. Nyx has got his work cut out for him. 5 players about to be on his screen. Flash dodged short. Passion have read this with an early rotate, but 3 players in it lower is now reduced down to 2.
You want them to push through.
Grim blind. Oh, blind all over again. Still makes it work with the orb. Third player can't deal with him. They stop the Kavem push. It's just Halzerk now with the AWP entrenched here behind the boxes. Plays it forward on that kill. If he nailed that, the round is so alive. Tag comes through. Wounded is 9-10. And Halzerk sticking this. Flash finds him, but no swing. He calls their bluff. Halzerk, that is ballsy. 1 versus 3 to keep this in check for Passion.
Unreal stick of the bomb there for Halzerk. His only option with both players getting out. That tag scared them. He didn't even know he hit it. And the stack down lower for Passion, a risky move. After losing those early kills, 3 on 5, all 3 players in the site. Halzerk eats the flash. And no respect. Defuse in plain sight.
Halzerk's never been as appreciated as he is for seeing them through that round. You just know it. The yard cross for the Mongols. 9-10 put up on this boost, looking to make the first incision on the AWP. Gets the spot out towards heaven. A risky fight for JT to try and take.
Okay.
Second swing, Halzerk will secure the trade. They're starting to close in with each of these missed shots. That's where Kavem was meant to alleviate the pressure, but this 1-2 punch, Halzerk playing in tandem with the yard players, keeps him in this round, and there's Grim to seal the deal. Halzerk is right, it's a big round to pick up.
Yeah.
As he tries to inspire the rest of the gang, it's been 2 big rounds from Passion's AWP.
2 very difficult rounds as well. Lots of space in that one taken by Mongols. Getting a hell wrap like that. And Passion, the thing we were saying on Overpass was how mobile, how active they are. They never sit in their positions on CT side. They never hold safe. They are always looking to keep the pressure on. Always coming in with confidence. Grim pushing as that smoke fades. 3 players fighting hell. Seeing a lot of grouped brawling for Passion in this game already. Be it the B stack, be it the flooding on top side in that eco. Fighting side by side. Passion coming through with a streak of rounds now. This is potentially their 4th in a row. Mongols. Is this really a match they could lose?
Oh, Grim is looking so switched on come the arrival of map 3. If him and Hauser come into this playing their A game, Yard is going to feel like it's off limits. And then Nuke starts to get really, really small.
Yeah, we've seen Mongols already throw this 2 smoke walls to cross down safely. It might just have to be the round start almost every single time just to force some gambles. They've already seen the heavy rotate that Passion go for. So can they keep them doubting themselves? Will there be some fakery on this T side? Mongols are going to have to dig deep off the back of their timeout. Suddenly, there's a real conversation here for Passion to see them qualify to playoffs. Winner of this game to the arena. Quarterfinals or semifinals up for debate in the most stacked group of all. Mongols, Spirit, Falcons, and Passion. And you're telling me Passion are taking a playoff spot? Be a hell of an upset. It would flip this group on its head. And after Mongols' timeout expires, Passion use freeze time and then call one more. I love that.
Not something you see a lot.
No, having quite a conversation. 60 seconds of chat.
Aggressive move to open up for Hauser because he plays an audacious spot out in the yard. But he's not being, too aggressive with it. Kavem's closed in as well on a secret push, so now you're too strong out in the yard. Good catch for Hauser. Can't quite get that second shot off in time. There's Kavem as the second piece, and he'll swing out with a double.
This is what I mean.
Really like the timing on that, right? Like waiting for Kavem to get posted in secret. Only then does Halzerk play his hand. Sure, they've lost a lot of space out here towards ramp, but they own the yard. The bomb is trapped out here on the back of Techno. They're still getting aggressive, and he might get caught looking to run away.
Dude, who does that? Triple push down outside when it's a 3v2. They don't have any of the map. They don't have any ramp room. They give up A. They triple flank, and they find the bomb. Passion. This is what I talk about when I'm saying they're super active, always making moves. That's the last thing you expect. And Controllers, surely impossible on this clutch back turn. Nyx takes him. Passion just don't know when to quit. 5 rounds in a row on this CT side. Triple push yard after the Hauser can Kavem bash. Just beautiful. How are Mongols getting out-brawled?
With how these rounds are played, you start to feel like you're losing the initiative in a big way. You kind of got read like a book in this round, That second pause clearly worthwhile for Passion. Money gone for the Mongols again, so a chance to extend your lead even further. Yard smokes might come down. You are being given room by Passion down towards lower.
Hasty rotation. Grim's already down vent as well. Kavem will join him. Hauser takes ramp. This is the most allowed they've been to make this path down B, but they're going to announce it with a rush. Grim can't escape.
Weren't ready for a second player, weren't ready for a second piece. Mazinho must win fight there. If you want to alleviate some of this pressure, Hauser. Oh my God.
What's happening?
And like we all expected, Mongol's gonna win this round.
What the hell just happened? How?
Passion had such a solid idea what was happening. Was 910 lurking lobby? Is that how, I mean, it had to be how he ended up behind them.
But what's how's looking at the wrong place on B? They crossed in, he didn't realize? I don't know.
He just like missed a weird timing, it looked like. It looked like as he went to peek the single door, they'd already parked out to get behind the silo. Oof, no one feels good about that.
No, that's a horrible round to lose. And how good this game has been going as well. Oh, he double scoped and then he didn't realize they got out. Everything about that goes wrong for Passion. M's double in vain. And Mongolz a lifeline. Cling on.
He just blocked both smokes.
He wrecked that wall.
Neither of them land right. JT. That's wild. Forces the second volley out of the Mongols. And this time they're going to change up where they look for aggression. They try and move into lobby. Kavem with the clear, an important pickup to find this 4-on-4. The Mongols actually wanted to go back into lobby as well, so this is a big disruption to the game plan here. Because it went quiet and that second wall of smokes landed outside, they've rotated early, 2 players down towards B. It's Grim and Halzerk alone in the top site.
Oh, he's missed the timing. Halzerk might actually pay off for this. He's going to play with Grim, boxed in on CT vent. If they go out hot, he's got to be very careful. Missed shot from Halzerk. Grim got to bail them out. He can't afford to. Blind shot.
Better when he's blind.
Just does it every time. He's going to move back in for the killing blow. Follow up for Halzerk. Makes this retake possible, but up the vent feels like a death sentence. 910's got to move. He's got to plant that bomb. It gives him a window.
Yeah, it's allowed both players to rotate up through the vents. JT, important pickup. 910 retrieves this AWP, but he's only got 1 bullet left in it, and they've wrapped in. Tech9 pulled, play denied. Kavem is hot on the trades, come map 3.
Kavem giving us his best game yet, without a doubt. Finding a lot of impact, finding a lot of multi-kills, and now finding a clutch to keep Passion in control of this game. Halzerk, he may have sold Grim down the river there with that position, but he makes up for it with 2 unreal kills on that top side. Missed shot, blind kill, and close AWP wrist breaker. 910. Another frustrating round on this top site. Passion are piecing rounds together right now. And even though Mongols can buy, and they can buy everything they want, can't deny what you're seeing out of Passion, making risky gambles, putting multiple players on the B bomb site and buy rounds. And even there, where they're split 2-2, they still win it out. Oof. 0-10 this series in openers for Blitz. It's not a good sign.
Loves to take an opening fight. Just not very good at winning them in this one.
That's...
Well, outside is certainly smoked. We can say that much.
5 down in the yard. Second wall, but look who's here, Harry.
Yeah, Halzerk in a good position to try and shut this down. Just decides to walk out now, which
top silo.
Not without its risks with the top silo player. Halzerk, there's the spot. 2 players seen at the back of main.
No, JT can multi.
Extra util, but JT steals himself away. Flash leaves him blind, still on a good timing for this double. Why not make it the third? Kavem 1 versus 2 being asked for here. He's been solid in this third map. But this is his toughest round yet without exception. Missed shot and Kavem unable to capitalize. Controles puts him down. And a chance for the Mongols to tie up this half after all.
Oh, if you're Kavem, you're just thinking, why couldn't anyone else get one of theirs? 3 players on top side crumble. JT's triple kill is miraculous, but it's too late to save his teammates. Excellent flash for 9-10 blinds him, and Kavem's 1v2 traded by Controles, who has somehow been one of the rocks of this team in this map, the map we know he's been unfamiliar with. Fast out the ramp, Kavem overwhelmed. JT has to drop, but the flank is fast. Oh, it's fast. Brings him back down to earth. This might be Passion's best opening half yet in the series. They don't need any more. 7 CT rounds. Pistol or not. They have done this game on hard mode all the way, and now Passion sit on the precipice of an upset. Controles surely impossible.
He's had some of the most ridiculous clutches, but this one, surely it's too far gone. 10 HP, bomb to play around, everyone rotating in from the ramp side, so he's not going to get any freebies here. Smokes down, leaves spam open. Just don't let him have this. Controles. Oh, knocks him off the bomb. An important pickup there. And a 1-out half secured for Passion UA in spite of coming short in the pistol. And a slow start on Nuke. They go on to recover spectacularly. The Mongols, pressure is on to keep up their pistol track record if they want to come back in this second half.
From my sense, a rivalry is something that tests you to your limit and shows you your limits. It's something where there's a lot of emotion because of how hard it can be to overcome the rival. There's a beauty and poetry in it because the rival is holding up the mirror to your weaknesses and they're exposing them, and that's frustrating to deal with, but then you're forced to be honest with yourself and to try to work through it and to become better. And that is what both you and your rival want. And I think that's one of the most special things about competition. I think one of the things about the Fnatic Envy rivalry that was interesting is that French and Swedish Counter-Strike, I think, was really important to CS. With Envy, you had this kind of combination of like crazy firepower and personalities with that French energy. And then you also have on the other end of it, the stoic, calm, also villains of the time in the Fnatic roster, where they didn't show us the super deep level of strategy and tactics, but they showed a mastery of how to mid-round. As well, the AWP was obviously got nerfed thanks to JW and Kenny S, and so you also had in that rivalry the best AWPers, and the 2 AWPers that understood how to play aggressively with the AWP like nobody else. But I'm thinking back to the early days of CSGO with that kind of French-Swedish rivalry. I'm thinking about that stylistic difference and how both of those teams were showing the best of CSGO in different ways. I think Liquid was very important to shaping narratives in North America because Liquid was really the first serious team in North America that showed a culture-defining change. Liquid had moments of much greater success than others. Later on, you got this addition of the Twist lineup, where eventually they did beat Astralis. This, I think, elevated all of North America along with it. It was necessary for them to do that because Astralis was showing mastery of the game in so many different levels that to compete against them was so infinitely difficult for basically anyone and everyone. And so everyone was studying Astralis, and Astralis were essentially making a student of the entire scene. And I think Liquid was one of the responses to the cultural impacts of Astralis.
Passion UA looking for the upset here over the Mongols to open up Blast Rivals. It's the group stage, the winner of this game going into the arena. That's right. Quarterfinals at a bare minimum, and Passion UA sits 6 rounds away. Mongols have won 4 out of the 5 pistols in this series. They keep on their track record. They're well and truly back in this match. Look at the pace. Ooh. That's Blitz's first opener in the series.
Yeah. And he's tried going for them many times over. Will it lead to more success in pistol rounds for the Mongols? Seems to think so. And they've spotted Halzerk. They know where he is. Nothing he can be expected to do here. The Mongols keep up pistol round success to try and reignite this third map of Nuke. It will at least settle the deficit, allow them to close in on the lead of Passion UA.
Most important half yet. At a near even scoreline, about to level out. Grim has had such a great series for Passion. Kvem and Halzerk, come the third, have delivered their best. But Mongols have been given the opportunity to finish what they should have ended on Inferno. It was indeed a late game comeback for Passion, 8-4 down. Oh, dude, again, JT. JT's Deagle. In so many rounds, finding entry kills. Of course, in so many lost rounds. Somehow his controller's second top of his team, right beside 9-10. Is it a question of the rocks of this roster going missing, as they did at times in Chengdu? It's a ghost in the machine.
Sorry, that was you for a second.
No.
What's happening?
Meow. Smokes outside and only Kvem crossing with them. Looks like Passion on this top hit.
Techno. Good kill, full blind. Controller is on the Deagle, able to wrestle another back. How's Techno still even up there? JT can't quite control the spray. Brings Mazinho down low, but it's all left onto Kvem. Came up short in a 1v2 earlier. Fails to find it here. That fast topside hit not panning out. The Mongols move into the lead.
That was a messy one. Almost a 3v5, 1 out by Passion. Kvem continues to get multi-kills. He just can't seem to close these rounds out. For Passion, they need a hero. Nyx is still having a really poor series.
Making a cross out in the yard, but it's hardly a secret. Sure, you don't know exact numbers, but an early rotate down. It's here just blocking with util to slow the roll of Passion.
Nice shot. Pistols make it. Blitz is here. Door wide open. He's going to leave it open as well, beckoning them into his bomb site. Blitz wants a multi-kill. The Orb's even funneled in. Blitz does reveal position, but able to find safety in the site. Nick's a little late. Nice tap, but nothing more. Mongols holding onto this lead from 7-5 down, pulling this game back to their favor. Passion, without this gun round, they are in a lot of trouble.
And it's going to really hurt, you know, like knowing how
close you got.
How close you got. In a way, throughout the entire series, you know, Overpass coming down to an OT affair, they could have 2-0'd the Mongols here.
True.
If that game had shaped up a little different. If you'd found even a pistol round to open up on map 1. Now you've been given a kind of a second chance here, a lifeline on Nuke. Only to have it snubbed out, and you are dead on about Nix. He has been absent here on map 3. First to fall in this round again. Halzerk with an equalizer. JT lurking all the way back in lobby, denies this aggression. They're really starting to pincer on this top site. A lot of pressure applied. JT can't repel the lobby take fully. And so we end in a 3-on-3. Heaven scale up for Passion.
Zeno's been let off the leash in this CT side. Recovered very well. Passion get Heaven control. But Mongols know this is a possibility. They're ready. They're set up to retake this top site, and Util will announce.
Halzerk able to watch on the vents. 910's path up, not as easy as he might be thinking. And so that's a good catch for Halzerk. Controles misses the chance to trade. No! Mazinho pushing through. Catches a double, and he's left in this 1v1. Bomb planted for Heaven.
Perfect.
Molly gonna block off the angle. Grim fights through the fire, fights through the flames, and in his dying breath secures that round for Passion.
You'd think that would be enough. That Molly is perfection. It is just enough time for Grim to swing out and find that one bullet required. Both players on 30 health or lower. And Grim finds the single shot that he needs to win that round. Finally, kill their multi-kill, not going to waste. Burns for the round win. If he plays any safer, it's over. Chaos outside, Blitz another opening death. Stuck trying to escape in secret. The pace change for Passion finds him a 5v4. Grim even in main. They run through the smoke. The call is there. Techno crunches, but miss spray on the MP9. Opens up another top site. Halzerk triple kill. Monstrous round. 910's just going to go through. Frustration here. Put to use.
Oh, Nix! Thank goodness. Now, they never knew about Mazinho. But he's the only guy with health. Halzerk, come on, he's already done enough. Nix, this is his round. It's where he's going to walk it home.
Timing.
The backstab in for Mazinho. Gone on, not in time for Nix. And Halzerk getting charged out. What is it? At 3 HP. He'll do it all if he has to. Halzerk ties this game up again. It's just big round after big round from this 3-man star power core at the heart of Passion.
Yeah, I can't believe he wins that. Tucked a millimeter into the middle of the two silos. And so when Mazinho swings, he doesn't see him. He thinks he has to be backside. Halzerk's repeat is perfect. Two crazy clutch out rounds here from Passion UA. And Mongols looked like they were storming towards the finish line on this CT side. Finally had the money funneled out from beneath them. Passion gonna get a presumably free round. And despite all of this, Controllers, the player who he said looked the weakest on this map for this squad in Chengdu, is still top fragging. Guys.
How are they getting... they've been dinked so many times through the smokes. Oh my god, okay.
You can't lose that.
Yeah, don't lose this. You never recover from that.
No, that's GG. It's full USPs. Blitz has a Zeus. It's not happening. 4v2. Blitz goes down to the B site. Slight gamble here for Mongols, and Passion look to avoid it again with Heaven control being a strong option in mind. I was scared for a moment.
I mean, after his 1v1, you know, last second clutch, you got faith in Grim up in heaven.
I'm scared that he went heaven with the 6 health AK. I know it's a strong position, but you could give Mongols an AK. And we know you give the wrong Mongols player an AK, they can win a round on their own. This is like the best team, a 1-round ecos, or 1-gun ecos rather, other than Spirit. But even that's up for debate. And I know a lot of you here, waking up early today or staying up late, are waiting for that Spirit Falcons game. Winner of this one plays them for the semis. Loser of this one plays them to be eliminated and not make it to the stage. 6 out of 8 teams will play in the arena here in Hong Kong. Who's it gonna be? Can you imagine Mongols going to the lower group game only to beat one of the 2 favorites? They've already beat Spirit last week in Chengdu.
Yeah, I think, you know, whichever... Like, in the world where Passion go on to win this, which they very much could with how they're fighting back right now, whoever misses out on playoffs at an event where almost every team that enters goes to playoffs, with the exception of just 2, 1 from each group, that feels like a colossal miss.
Especially when you look at this group and you go, it's obviously Passion who don't make it to playoffs. Like that's that's every expectation. It would be an upset, no matter how you slice it. To imagine that not only they could, but they could do it by just winning 1 match. Here we go. Most important gun round yet. 10-9. Passion with the lead. Mongols money.
Oh, it's on the edge, man. Yeah. Like, if they win this round, they are on the path to playoffs, to a win, to an upset over the Mongols. This is the round for all the marbles, really.
Just such a great opportunity, considering we haven't even seen Passion play an official in 42 days, and they haven't played a LAN like this in quite a while.
I think a massive underdog team that have had nothing but time to go and prep, finding an upset win to lock in at least a strong, you know, a strong run, a chance to go to playoffs. That does wonders for the confidence. You feel like all the practice wasn't in vain.
Cruncher round. Messino's been solid, but he falls short after just a single kill. Blitz throws himself, shuts the door behind him, locks himself into this cave.
Yeah, it's polite, but I don't know if it was the right move. Gun on, not in time. Still gets out with 1. But now you're left scratching your head. You don't even know for sure where this round looks to end up. You saw players exiting at B, but now you learn about Kvem out in Garage. And so you've got to piece this one together, Mongols. 2 on 3. They'll split the defense for now.
They figured it out. They know what's going on. Techno can come up vent, and he has already put himself in position. The AWP has the cover. Kvem is now lost to the wind, and they know to look for him here in main. JT waits for Kvem's contact, making steps, and checks out that player, but there's still an AWP in the sight, and the AWP is kicking up dust in the face of Passion. He needs both the kills, and he doesn't have a chance. Techno and 910 save that 2v3. Blitz's frustration is leading him astray, but his young players are still coming through with clutch rounds. Blitz is just trying to close the door so he can get behind the site in time and have them not see him, but Passion's pace could have won them the round. If they commit there, Harry, there's no one at home. There's no one to stop them. Techno ready for this top hit. This molly timing is impeccable.
You're still with a chance here, but they will get away from you quickly if you come up short in this round, and it'll be remembered as another game.
Cancel.
It was close, that you could have found success in, but ultimately doesn't pan out.
Back they go. It's good to cancel here because Kvem also found them a kill outside. At the same time, he gets to the garage.
Only thing that can be scary with it going back into the yard here is you only got 1 smoke, so you don't have the full util for a cross. You can try and block off an AWP, by putting it down over towards Unbreakable. Even then, there'd still be sightlines open. Kvem with a very big kill. That Warrior, the AWP, now struck from the round.
Mongols have missed some really open timings in the CT side. The fact that Kvem gets that kill earlier, they don't realize he could be Garage. 9-10 pays the price with his life. And Kvem, he was cold in that first map. It felt like it was the difference maker between perhaps Passion even winning this and what would have been a 2-0. But he is sharp here on the T side of Nuke, 20 and 16. The young star of this squad, the addition to the core of this NA roster is going on to lead them to victory. Can they finish what he started?
Trollez been the standout for him on Nuke, but only gets away with one. Kvem and Halzerk, key kills in the round. They overwhelm Techno as Halzerk adds another. And Grim jiggled on the heavens, has to get on ground. Halzerk, when required, again stands and delivers with a big 3K. All of them trades, all of them important. Halzerk is not crumbling under the pressure. He wants this win.
Grim just flying off silos because he can't drop anywhere else on low health. And Halzerk barely sees the tippy top of the head, but it's enough. Kvem's double, Halzerk's triple, and Mongols in trouble late in this game. The upset is right there for the taking. Smashing Mongols money yet again on this CT side. Look at what they've got. 2 guns. Controllers, M4, Blitz the same. He's had a bit of a shambles in this CT side. And there's another gun as well. Controllers, M4 lost in the door. They try and crunch lobby together. Mongols might have to cancel. It's so patient. Passion wait for this exact play. On that fade. Ooh. Wait a sec.
Oh, Nyx only good for one. These MP9s keep it even. And they don't gain any ground out towards ramp, so you got to look elsewhere. Now look, Halzerk and Kvem, they've been heavy hitters. They've been the two really trying to keep the dream alive for Passion. And they still get to play in this round. JT leads the charge, letting them play trade. Techno, dead in the door.
Nice shot.
Blitz tries to take this angle. There is a smoke on Halzerk and JT that could be used to block off main. They cover the heaven wrap round, and so now just Blitz. Spam connects, brings Kvem down low, but I don't know if he's in the business of attempting this 1v3. It might be Passion with 2 chances to walk this over the line. Bit of an awkward kill to give away, but you still have info.
Fine.
And he's so far removed from this 1v2 with no kit. There isn't time for Blitz to attempt it. Passion have got 2 opportunities for an upset win over the Mongols. The Mongols have no money. They are broke. This AK getting out of the round means that they can try and cobble together maybe a second rifle around it. But Passion will have 2 opportunities on Nuke to lock in a playoff run. And you can't ignore the output of Halzerk, Kvem, and Grim as this series has gone on.
They know the opportunity they have right now. And they are seizing it.
They have been itching to get back to officials. They've had 42 days to put themselves through the ringer, put in the hours and practice, and that practice might be paying off.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in the playoff of a Tier 1 event since Peugeot Bucharest under complexity. But this one's simple. This one's cut and dry. 2 chances to make it to the arena. And there's no chance
easier than this one. It's 2 rifles, an AK and an M4. Other than that, SMGs, no utility, and the 5v4. 5v3 as even Nyx extends that lead, but out of nowhere, Blitz comes through with a double.
They've just lined up. Crossing before the smokes, they pay the price. Nyx has vent rotation, his early drop, high value. They're overcooking, they're going through the smoke, they're trying to go back. Nyx has lower control. Passion changed their mind on the fly. and it's left them high and dry. The bomb's even been spotted going back outside, so Mongols now know what's up. Even Mazzino can rotate up vents if he wants. He's going to stay active, try and flank Nyx here, who's pulled back from his position. If Nyx doesn't turn around in time, this round is over. Grim pushed in through main. Techno Molly, it goes deep, he survives. It takes...
Huge pickup for Grim. Massive that Molly spreads. Mazzino still arriving on this wrap round though, and it's not Grim. You want to die here. Nyx, bottom of the board. 1v2 clutch rolled out in front of him. Damage put down range. This would be one hell of a time for Nyx to have his best round on the third map. Blitz, he's the one that threw this whole thing in peril. With the double up out in the yard, took it to a hat trick. He's looking for 4 to keep this game raging on.
Running out of time.
Blitz has always said when it comes to clutches, there's no one he trusts more than himself. Let's see if he can put that theory to work. Up through the vent, Nyx looking the wrong way, and Blitz collects. The Mongols keep battling back.
Oh, it definitely feels like an overcook there for Passion. They had it all laid out on a plate in front of them. They had the lower control. They had vent cut off, but they get shut down by that smoke spam from Blitz, or rather a swing before the smoke. Blitz gets 2 kills in a 3-on-5, and it keeps the game going. It keeps Mongols in contention. Even in that 2v3, they could have gone lower into a 3-on-1. But no. We play on into the last round of Reg and maybe more. As Mara tries to keep Mongols in it. Passion hunt for the finish. But you can't help but thinking, did they just lose their best chance?
We said that last round, that was the easiest it was going to get. Now you've got to do it with less passion. You got to try and stave off overtime. When we get there, the Mongols suddenly can have their second wind. It's a fast topside play.
Wow.
Grim provides the opening. Techno in the vent has just gone uncleared. Oh, a huge pickup. JT with the flick back round and a 4v2. Surely this is where they do it. Mazzino rotates into heaven. The Mongols might have had ambitions of making it into those playoffs. Did it back in Chengdu, but here they fall to Passion UA in a grueling 3-map series. Passion playoff bound. They've been waiting to get back to the officials. They've put in the hours, they've put in the practice, and it shows come the turn of Nuke on map 3.
Without a doubt, it's been 42 days since they played an official.